I mean, I saw the Detroit deal. Where there's rumors that Detroit offered him the bag, which to me makes no sense because y'all got Jalen Durant. So I don't know if
They
y'all
want they
think
want they want to
Claxton
move
is better than
they
Durant
want to
or.
move off Durant. They want to move off him.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't. I guess, but I personally think Durant has the potential to be better than Clax. But I mean, I guess them niggas, they think Claxton is better. So, um, I think that letting Clax walk for nothing, that would be a mistake. And if you do let him walk, uh, I don't see much replacements. I mean, unless to least point, if you do get a Zach Edey or whatever, and that's how they feeling. But um, I think just getting DFS off the books, I think that's something that they probably are looking to do. Uh, I guess we'll have to see next week, but I can see them. I can see DFS probably going for that Lakers 17th pick or to New Orleans. But I think the only question is who would they pick with that? If they do get in the draft, who would they pick? And I think that's something that is the main issue. Are they going to target a point guard or are they going to target somebody that can help Clowney? So I mean, a lot is to be said. I don't know, but we can't. One thing that I have learned is that with Sean Marks, anything is possible, and usually it's not something that the fans is okay with. So
Well,
I mean,
I can tell you right now, they looking at point guards and they looking at basically power forwards in this draft. That's what is on mainly the most people on there that came to work out is mostly point guards and power forwards that can possibly play center somewhat. But that's what they're looking
mm,
at right now.
I also feel
I
like
think Sean Marks like those players too. I don't think he likes traditional bigs. I think he likes to put the bigs like Claxton that can be versatile, not have much weight on them, possibly between 6'9", 6'10".
Yep.
I think that's what he likes to target. I think those are the bigs that he feel like uh helps the team more so of a traditional big like a Zach Edey. But I mean, we'll see. I think you're on to something because they are working out different point guards and they are working out uh potential fours like Claxton. But um, it's gonna be interesting. I think I don't know, y'all. I think we might not see that Claxton and Clowney front court that we so desperately wanted if they let him walk. I mean,
right.
it is a possibility. So that's kind of scary in itself. Uh, I don't know. I think they should have. We already saw Siakam got the offer, and that they did that shit immediately. So I mean, I'm like, what's the deal with Clax? Like that should have already been locked and loaded. Unless Clax is willing to look at his options and say, hey, my time in Brooklyn is out. But it's we got to see. I think everything will be. We'll know what really is going on. I feel by the draft, but it's up for grabs.
I wanted to add to that I feel like the Nets are being cheap now because with the whole Koch family buying in, and it's low key a good thing because if they're having discussions with other teams about moving Clax, that means that they're not actually comfortable paying Clax 20 mil a year. So that means other teams like the Pelicans and Detroit, they will most likely give Clax the bag. But the Nets are like, if we're gonna let Clax walk, let's look in the draft and see if we can find somebody that can produce the same thing that Clax can.
Mm, I think that could be a possible option. I mean, if there's any realistically, if there's anybody in this draft that I feel like kind of resembles Claxton, is probably Tyler Smith, but or Khalil Ware. Both, I think Tyler Smith is like what 6'11". He's more built than Clax, but he has he's more so of a shooting four. Um, his game mostly fits today's league as compared to a Zach Edey, so I could see them possibly losing that on a Tyler Smith, or if they talking point guard, I mean, Priest brought his name up. Isaiah Collier could be a target. 6'4" bulky guard can put pressure on the rim. I mean, I think they're looking at guys of those caliber. Um, I mean, I don't know. I think there are some bigs that I do think in this draft that can replace Clax, but I mean, I think even that's a gamble. I mean, we already know what Clax is capable of, but I mean, do y'all really want to let him walk and take that gamble? And whoever we draft, you think they can immediately produce results like Claxton? Like, he may not be a great offensive player, but we all know Clax's defense is certified. So, I mean, unless you think that the player you get in the draft can match up well with Clowney, I don't really see how uh I don't really see how you let someone like Claxton walk. I think that's something that I think that's Claxton you gotta resign, and I think Trenton Watford you gotta resign, and then I don't know, let the chips fall where they may. Mm.
Okay, so y'all want to talk about Donovan Mitchell coming to the Nets? Let me stop.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I think for real, I think Donovan coming here. I think we just got to see what he does. I think him re-signing is like the biggest news because I feel like a lot of people is banking on Donovan doesn't re-sign, then we making our offers because I don't think Cleveland's gonna let him test free agency waters because they're not gonna want to let him wait away for nothing. So they probably gonna look for the best deal they possibly can. I heard Miami might be trying to target him. I'm not sure if Miami got the assets, but uh I heard Miami might be trying to get him. Obviously us, but if he, I don't know if he's really gonna resign. Realistically, I think the Cleveland organization is trying to appease him, but I don't necessarily think it's enough. I think he's looking for a new journey. I think he's looking for a new place. Um, I know Breezy's going, what I'm saying, not agree, but realistically, I think if we don't get Donovan now, I think we possibly can get him by trade deadline, and I think
Yep.
uh they might be waiting for Cam Thomas's value to go up, and once his stock go up, he might be one of those pieces to go. At least from what I'm seeing, from what Brian Lewis reports, they value Mikel a lot in that front office. So they looking to Priest's point, they see Mikel Bridges as the connector to get these guys. So they're not going to trade the connector and the main guy that can bring a Donovan Mitchell over here, as compared to a Cam Thomas who they can look at as a sacrificial lamb and be like, oh, okay, well, if Cleveland's asking for him, okay, bet. You want anyone else? Uh, they might do him like a RJ Barrett, like what they did, what the Knicks did with RJ Barrett, where he got
Yep.
his stock up and they got him out of here for Ananobi. And no disrespect, look, I
That's
love
actually
RJ,
a good
but
point.
yeah, like no disrespect to RJ, but OG Ananobi fits that team to the core way better than a RJ. So we'll see. I think that's the plan, but I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they somehow keep Cam and still get a Donovan, but I just don't see that path. Like, I don't know how that's possible.
As far as
Um,
Mikal Bridges go, I saw a report 2 days ago that said they will not trade Mikal Bridges. Um,
yeah, right.
so anybody waiting on that to happen, they keep telling you they're not finna trade. You know, um, have you ever checked out the?
Cutting in and out.
Oh, I'm cutting it out.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I think Donovan being here kind of changes the trajectory. I'm not saying I've been on the side of either or. Like if we go on the route with Cam, I'm not mad at that either. Or if we go with Donovan, I'm not mad at it. But I just want them to choose a direction. Like you saying that you saying the front office, Josiah, you saying that, oh, we feel like we don't want to trade our young assets or whatever the case may be. Cool. But then you saying you still want to go star hunting. I mean, at the same time, I feel like y'all just need to choose a direction. Not saying that uh Donovan is certified coming here, but I mean, I just think that with Donovan being here, uh, I feel like we're a better team, of course, but just banking on that and not having some sort of backup plan, unless I guess they're looking at 2025 or the free agents come in, because we don't own our draft picks, so we can't do anything through the draft. So realistically, we have no choice but to go through free agency, period. So I mean, at this point, if he's looking at that 2025 draft and being like, okay, I can get someone potentially better than Donovan here, then I mean, I guess. But realistically, we know these guys, you can offer them a meeting, they could talk with you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to sign here. But I mean, anything's possible, but I just think that Sean Marks, I think from the way he's moving, he acting like he already got a star on the line
Right.
that wants to come here.
Yeah.
So he's not worried about anything realistically because he already know he got stars on the line that do want to come here. And if that's the case, then I'll say well done. But if not, I don't know. But
He,
we need some sort of direction.
like all I'm gonna say, I don't know if you guys follow Donovan Mitchell on Instagram, but that man, he been all over New York City since the off season began. And like he posted pictures of the Brooklyn Bridge. He was apparently on a ferry going around Queens. Like the dude, he has connections in New York City. So like we know he wants to be here. But like I'm not really stressing whether we get Donovan or not because that 2025 free agency class is going to be loaded. So like even if Donovan doesn't come this year, even though I'm hoping he will, but I doubt he's going to turn down 200 mil, and he decides to walk next year or the year after, like most stars do, it is what it is. The Nets will always have options.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think even if Donovan don't come here, um, there's a lot of people in that free agent. I think it's Paul George, Brandon
But
Ingram.
why
There's
y'all
a lot of people in that
come
there.
here though?
But what you said, Jay?
Why y'all think Donovan want to come here? Like he just got booted out of the second round again. He's trying to advance his career. Y'all think he gonna jump on this team and go to the finals?
Well,
I
because
don't think the finals, but I just think he. I just
I'm
think it's
not saying what we think.
location.
I'm thinking you gotta think about what he think. Why would he want to come here?
To
because of
Wally's point, if he here, I think it's location. I think he
Yeah,
he
but
right.
he can
he
go to the
embraces
other
New
team.
York.
See, the thing is though, you guys think, all right, this team is trash, blah blah blah.
Oh
Even
no,
the
I
way
don't
that you
think
guys
that.
view, I know you, not you, but there's a lot of Nets fans who do think this way. And even with the way that most Nets fans view Mikal Bridges, there has been multiple reports from other beat writers and ESPN reporters that have stated that other players in the league do not view Mikal Bridges the way that Nets fans do. Other players in the league do not view the Nets the way that Nets fans do. When you think of Brooklyn, right? Because the Knicks already turned down Donovan Mitchell. They already said they don't want him. They already have their star in Brunson. So the other team in New York is Brooklyn. Brooklyn is in a big market like New York City. Donovan Mitchell is trying to promote his sneakers. I don't know if you guys know, but he was also at the basketball tournament somewhere in Long Island trying to promote the new sneakers that came out. Mind you, I didn't even know Donovan Mitchell has sneakers.
Mm,
If he comes to New York, what do you think happens? It's the same thing, the same way that the Liberty went out and they got Breonna Stewart, and now the Liberty is like what, the second richest franchise in the W. What do you think will happen if the Nets go out and get Donovan Mitchell? Because I feel like it's all about It's all about looking after his financial assets. So yes, it could be about basketball because a player could come to a bad team and think like, yo, if I come to a bad team, I'm going to expect that the GM is going to build around me and we build a contender. Because if he comes here, they'll have a 3 to 4 year window. So he doesn't, even if he comes here and he brings the Nets to the second round, that's a success for the Nets. And then you build from there. Then next thing you know, you make it to the Eastern Conference Final because the East is very weak. You know?
I feel like that would be a success for the Nets, but I just don't think that would be success for him at this point in his career. I feel like
he's not even 30 yet.
I feel like he could go to the other New York team, even though you said they don't want him. They could make a different decision this offseason. He could go to Miami. He could go to Atlanta. Like there are other big markets that could want him.
At the same time, Jay, those teams will have to do the same exact thing that we would have to do, including Cleveland, is find him some goddamn help. So it don't matter what team he's on, he's gonna get the same result unless he has help. It don't even matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a fact. I think with Brooklyn, they gonna have to realistically. I don't. That's why I said I don't know how if they doing the Donovan route, and I'm not saying that Donovan is certified coming here, but um, this is why I say this is such a big year for Cam, because if let's say for example trade deadline or whatever, Cam Thomas is balling, but the team is below 500. I think they're gonna look at that and be like, okay, we gave you a shot, not exactly working out. Donovan hasn't re-signed yet. What's the offer? And they might go a different route. To Iceman's point, yeah, it's gonna be the same situation anywhere else because he's gonna need more help. But judging by the way Sean Marsh is moving, it seemed like if Donovan come in, he already got stars on the line that's gonna give him that help. So I mean, if that's the case, I don't know who that star potentially is, but uh they view Mikel again. They view Mikel as the connector, so they view Mikel as a piece of. They view him as like not only the connector, but like the second star. But I think they looking to get Donovan and then get another piece that can put Mikel back into that third option, as to where he can resort back to the third option and be the player that he was in Phoenix. And I mean, realistically, we all there's mixed feelings about Mikel, but when the boy is on, he's on. And when you got a piece like that on this team that the league values and sees him differently as, I mean, if you pair a star next to those guys, I don't necessarily think that's equals to losing. I think it just equals to these are better pieces, and I think some of these guys are gonna have to go. I don't think necessarily that the young people, not that all the young pieces should get out of here, because I do think you still need some young assets to to compete as well. I don't think the team should just be all vets, but um, judging by the way Cam Thomas is playing, I think Cam and Mikel have the highest trade value on the team right now. So the way Brooklyn views Mikel, I don't think they view Cam that way. So if there's any trade for Donovan or whoever, he might be the odd man out. And a lot of people don't want to hear it, but I think that might be the case this year. But I think if Cam Thomas ball out and the team is doing good, and we are at least like above 500 by the trade deadline, I think they reconsider. I think they go a different route and be like, okay, well, what he's doing is working. Maybe we have something here, and they choose that route. But I don't know. It's a
Another
lot
good
of decisions.
another good example could be when the Nets found out that KD was coming here. They cleared out the entire 2018 roster.
Yeah.
They tore it to the shreds.
Yeah,
So imagine if Donovan Mitchell comes here, this team is not going to look the same.
No.
Right.
I see
There's gonna be a
guys
whole
like
bunch of
Jalen
different players
Wilson.
here.
I see guys like Jalen Wilson and Clowney, of course, Whitehead. Those guys
Yeah, I
staying.
see them staying. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know
but
about everyone else though.
CJ and DFS, I would be curious to see what they do with him. Well, if they trade for D Mitch, I think CJ would be part of that deal for money purposes. But
Mm.
um, if he don't sign, because I haven't heard anything, because he could sign now. They could already sign. You can already sign your guys now. So I believe we're already negotiating with Clax. So um,
Yeah.
Hold
and
on. I
I know
want
what
to
you're
say shout
saying,
to
Gat.
Yo, what's up?
hold on.
Salute, y'all.
Shout to Gat join the panel. Shout to Wally. Shout to everybody that's on the panel. Shout to my guy Big Preach. I know what's going on. Gat in the comment. You wanted to address his comment, Big Priest. Gat, he said Bridges and his twin can both go. All that brother shit is dead. Isn't it funny? Everyone brothers till they end up on the Nets together.
Yeah,
Am I lying? Am I lying?
Word,
I
fuck
mean,
but
that brother shit. Fuck
fuck
that
that
other
brother
shit.
shit, my nigga. We don't need brothers on the team, bro. Giannis can't come with his brother. We don't want that brother team. We don't want the KD and Kyrie brother shit. We don't want the twin brother shit. All that brother shit is dead, bro. We want ballers. No brothers. We want
unfortunately,
ballers.
Gat is
McCall not a baller.
No, he not a third option. You can
unfortunately
say he a third option. The nigga that was never a third option until he came to our team. He was like the fifth option on the Suns, bro. So you
no,
got
he
the shit all
wasn't.
fucked up.
It's too
While we
late
talking
for all
about
He
that.
they
wasn't a
depleted
fifth
the whole
option.
team for KD.
It's too late for
Nobody
all that.
depleted the whole team for KD. We depleted the whole team for James Harden. We had the whole squad with KD and Kyrie. We depleted them for James Harden. We
But that
misconstrued
was
everybody
because of
what's
KD
going
though.
on. But nah, it wasn't. It was because not to get KD. We had KD already, though, right, Priest? We depleted
Yeah, we
everybody
had him.
we had him. He decided to be the GM and trade everybody for Harden. But when we had KD, we had a squad. It wasn't like we had just KD and Kyrie and we was gonna figure it out from there. We was deep. We had bigs. We had shooters. We had a point guard. We had shit. We gave it all up for James Harden. So all this we're gonna get Donovan
God
Mitchell and
damn,
all that
Gat.
shit. Donovan Mitchell is nowhere near what KD was or Kyrie was when we got him on that
But
level.
nobody
So
said that.
yeah,
Who said that
all
on
right.
this panel?
But you just said we deplete the whole team for KD. Why we deplete the whole? We didn't deplete the whole team for KD. So why are we doing now for
Was the team
Donovan
the
Mitchell?
same with KD though? Was the
No,
team?
when we had KD, we had
Hold on,
KD.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I just want to slow it down. It sound like Gat. Hold on. It sound like Gat is saying, not changing the whole roster for one player. That's what it sounded like he said.
Yeah, we didn't change the whole roster. We still had we made the playoffs before we got KD and Kyrie. Before they played the game, we was in the playoffs. So we wasn't not contenders no more waiting for KD and Kyrie. We were still kind of contenders. Right now, we're not contenders at all. We're not even in the play-in, bro. We're not in the play-in at
We
all.
wasn't, but you realize that we wasn't in the play-in because the whole roster got injured outside of Bridges.
Okay, but we still got Ben Simmons.
Yeah, he gone though.
All
He
right, so
finna
then,
be gone.
so we got it right now. We got to just stay afloat till we get off that paper, till we get off that Ben Simmons paper. For us
We
to
can't stay
say
afloat as standing pat. That's the problem. We
why
Right.
why
because
can't we? Why hold on? Why can't we?
Because we lose
because
if we lose risk of giving Houston another top three pick, but if we
if you, I
keep this
swear to
whole
God,
team on.
if I know you're very passionate about this, but if we give Houston another top three pick next year, you're gonna be sick because these niggas is nice.
My nigga,
Right.
they in the but hold on first. They in the West, so that really don't really matter to us till we go to the finals. So they whatever they do, they
What?
gonna do. But what I'm trying to tell you, when we started the season, y'all, real shit, because we all net fans here, was we getting blown out? Was we getting demolished? Or I could have sworn we was
Nah,
losing by buzzer beaters and real tight close games the first like 15 games in the season. Or am I bugging?
word.
So
I mean,
why can't we?
you're not
Why?
wrong, but
Yeah. So why can't we keep
You're
that
not
same
wrong.
energy
So
and really put
And then
everything on
just
the
but
get
floor?
better.
you know why?
Yeah.
You know why we was losing by them buzzer beaters? Because we didn't have a closer.
Okay. So you
You can
think?
say what you want. You can say
Well,
what you want about Donovan Mitchell. He is a closer.
I agree with
And
you
I
100,
just say
Priest.
it
But
was because we was allowing Mikal Bridges to close. If we'd have had somebody else
yeah,
closing,
thank you. Yeah,
it
that's
could have been
exactly what I was about
different.
We
to say,
don't
bro.
we
Whoever about to
don't
say, yeah,
have a
that's exactly what I was
closer.
about to say.
We don't
If we don't
have a
have a
closer.
closer,
Yeah, if Cam Thomas would have been taking them shots that bum ass Bridges was taking at the end of the games, he probably would have made more of them than Mikal Bridges was making. Honestly, That's
I
just
mean
how I.
that's a toss up. I mean, we can't really say
Yeah,
that.
have you
Yeah,
seen
Yeah, that is a tour. That is a tour.
yeah.
So
So
I think it's a
it
tour.
we
sounds
just
good.
be
I
saying
agree
stuff.
with you, but we really can't say because niggas be
No,
off.
Right.
that's how I feel.
Yeah. No, that's
That's
a good way
true, but
to feel like that.
I think Cam can come in clutch moments. I think Cam can operate in clutch
Cam is
moments,
built for
but
those moments. This other
Yeah,
dude,
more than
Bridges, is
McHale.
I
I feel
shaping
like
for
it's
those
agree.
better than
I
moments.
McHale
agree,
going
but
forward.
I think his problem was he was figuring it out throughout the season. Like he went from not being in the rotation to being in the rotation to playing 17 minutes to one day playing 29 minutes. Like Ron was fucking up this nigga's progression though damn near the whole season until the second half of the season when Ollie
So
got
so can I?
yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out something real quick. So are we not a better team with Spider?
And
Yes.
nah, and who though, bro?
no,
You
please
gotta tell me
said
Spider
no.
and who? You
Y'all,
can't tell
we
me
can't
Spider
be out
and
here
Bridges and they
lying,
gonna do
y'all.
something, bro.
Come on now. We can't be up here lying. With Donovan, we're
Where
100% a better team.
We do
When
not
And I love
Donovan
You
and
Cam.
got
Donovan
to
and
answer his
who?
question, Donovan and who? Because
Who's on our
if
team,
if
bro?
they trade everybody off the team, it's not the same
they're
team.
not
So you're
gonna have
saying
to
no matter
trade
who they
everybody.
trade, just because Donovan
But
come
you
on
all
the
right, but
team,
you're
the
not telling
team
me
is
who's gonna be in the
automatically
squad
better.
with Donovan Mitchell. We want Donovan and
No,
Claxton?
what I'm saying is you don't have to trade everybody because if Donovan asks to go somewhere, they're gonna more than likely have to send him there because he's on a 1 year expiring deal. We've seen this. We've seen this for the past 5 years. These teams are kind of held hostage by the player. So if Donovan says, "I want to go to Brooklyn,"
Oh,
I'm
you better
only
go.
going to re-sign with Brooklyn. If he says that, right? He hasn't said anything yet, but we could talk hypothetical. If he says, "I'm only re-signing with Brooklyn," no other team is going to give up assets to get him. You see what I'm saying? So that means now we just got to make the money work, and then they'll probably throw a couple picks in there.
All right, so tell me. Well, all right, so tell me what the trade is like to make the money work. Well, who we gonna give up?
I mean, CJ got to be in the trade because he makes the most money, the most tradable money.
I don't care about him.
Um,
Okay, who else?
um, if we're getting Donovan, it'll probably be DFS as well.
and Thomas.
Yeah, and probably Cam, probably.
Yeah. Probably
Hold your
those three.
horses. Hold your horses. Hold on.
Wait,
Why
can we
hold
get
on.
Ben out? Can we get Ben out of here?
Yeah,
Ben
Ben
will
no
hold on.
be.
longer?
Exactly.
I thought people were
Let
looking
me.
for expiring
They're not going.
contracts, man.
They're not going to
Ben
take
will
it.
be in a different deal though.
Yeah, he
They
won't.
will trade Ben. Ben will be in a different deal though.
Mm.
Ben will be in a different deal. Especially as a contract year, he might start out the season on the team. And then a contract year, Ben don't got no other. Ben got a how much is his crib in Brooklyn?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
a lot of money, a lot of money. So he's gonna play. It's gonna you're gonna see a Ben like you saw Kawhi last year. He gonna play. However, then you use that. Excuse me. You use him balling because I believe he's gonna ball in the beginning of the season. You use that. I don't care if it's 10 good games of Ben Simmons. Get him up out of here after 10 good games. Send him to Utah or something. Send him some. You know what I'm saying? Send him somewhere. Sacramento. Who? Somewhere. Shit, I send him to Golden State for Kuminga and Moody. You know what I'm saying?
That's not. I don't like that.
You get him out of here ASAP, and then you're in good position. You know what I'm saying? The Eastern Conference, I agree with Wally. The Eastern Conference is extremely weak. So if you add Donovan to this roster, we're automatically, I believe, in the playoffs just by adding him.
We
Automatically.
better than majority of these niggas. Just by
Exactly.
adding
How?
him
Y'all
on this.
niggas is crazy. How y'all feel that way? Y'all better not better than Boston, not better than Milwaukee, not better than
Yo,
Philly,
I
not better than
didn't
so
none of
say
look,
these
right?
that.
motherfuckers.
I'll say this, right?
So what's the
I'll
point of
say that.
doing this?
I bring up one
I didn't
example,
say that.
I'll bring up one example, and y'all can go. Before Donovan got to Cleveland, them niggas was 19 and 46. The following year he got there, they was immediately a playoff team.
Don't do that.
Y'all don't think a player like that
Don't
on this
don't
team can elevate us to above
And we're
500 at
acting like
best?
And
Right.
we're
See,
acting
bro,
like Donovan Mitchell is an old player. This dude is only 27 years old. He
Exactly.
is
Donovan
entering
Mitchell
his
always,
prime.
always in the Donovan Mitchell since been on Utah Jazz always been number 1 league and never made the first round, bro. What are we talking about right now? You act like Donovan
But
Mitchell never
they
He
had,
never
like
it's
he
a
made it
always,
better
out the first
position
always
than
on
what
a
round.
we
shitty
are right
team or some
now.
shit. I
That,
seen him get walked down every time in the playoffs, no matter what
but,
team he was on.
but that's the point that they're making is he's not going to make the team better. He does make the team better.
And
You know
he
what I'm
brings
saying?
us above 500, so Houston will get a top 3 pick next year again.
Y'all niggas is all about this Houston shit. Like y'all Houston haters. What does it matter what Houston gets, bro? The Houston is not in our conference, nothing
Because
like
we
that, bro.
don't. It ain't about what Houston get. It's about the fact that we don't control our draft. You cannot
That
tank.
niggas should have thought about that before they traded picks. It's not like, oh shit, now we gotta be in the playoffs so the niggas don't get this certain amount of pick and we gotta make sure it works. That's some corny shit, bro. I don't know where they do that at. I don't give a fuck
They
what
do
Houston
that
does.
all over the league. The
But
Right, that's
Clippers are
all over
doing
the
this.
league. They do
Hold
that.
on,
Houston.
hold on,
So
Gat. The
you
Clippers
so
are
wait,
doing
hold
the
on.
same
Boston
thing.
Boston do shit for the
Hold
Lakers though?
on,
You making no sense though. Y'all
hold
making no
on,
sense.
Gat. The Clippers are doing the same thing because if they
So
don't
who
make the playoffs, Oklahoma City gets a lottery pick.
and where's
The,
Oklahoma City at and the Clippers in the West? They're both in the West, bro. We're not in the West with the Houston Rockets, bro.
It
We're not playing
doesn't.
for
They're
a
in the
playoff
league.
seat.
that
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter
matter that
though.
they're in the West,
How that
right?
doesn't
It
matter? They
doesn't
don't
matter.
bother us. That doesn't bother
It
us.
does
How are they
bother
going to
us
Boston
because
from Milwaukee? That bothers somebody. That bothers people. That doesn't affect us if they get another draft pick in 4 years. He ends up being somebody popping. You want Donovan Mitchell right now to win right now. So regardless of that pick that we're gonna get, we're not gonna do anything with that
so
pick
it
regardless.
doesn't matter. So because Portland was in the West, it doesn't matter that we gave them Damian Lillard because they in the West.
It's too late to go back. Nigga, that's 10 years ago. We're gonna be mad about that still. Niggas, the Lakers is mad they didn't get Tatum. Nigga, that shit like that happens, bro. It's point of the
That
business.
was our
What I'm
pick
telling you,
too.
That was
The
our
oh,
Tatum pick
pick.
was our pick
that for
too.
Gerald Wallace, I know that. But what are we gonna complain about the shit, bro? Niggas thought Gerald Wallace was good. Like
But how
the
can you?
same thing you want
But
to do
how
right
can you
now.
say that? How can you say that and then be mad that we missed out on these niggas?
I'm not mad that we
Like,
missed out on these niggas because we had KD. What are you talking about? We just had KD.
and with
Donovan Mitchell was
KD,
nothing
we
to
didn't win shit either.
So what makes you think we're gonna win with just Donovan Mitchell then, nigga?
I
Because
didn't
we don't
say we
got
was
fucking
winning the
divas on this
championship.
team. That's why
Divas.
we don't got
But they
we
was
don't
better,
got
and
we
they was
don't got
better than
niggas
Donovan Mitchell.
that's gonna leave when the shit gets hard. We don't got
Bro,
niggas that's gonna do dumb shit and not
oh, you
play
would,
because they got
If
fucking
Donovan Mitchell leave right
bro,
now,
you
he
were
not
just
leaving
happy
when
for
it get
Kyrie
hard.
Irving. You were just clapping your hands for Kyrie Irving. He's in the finals, nigga. But he left you. So make your mind up, nigga. You'll keep that energy. Keep that energy then. If that's the energy niggas want to keep, then keep that energy for everybody. At least this team and act
Why
like
you
decent.
so
Kyrie
why you
barely
so
played.
angry?
Nigga, but
Yeah,
now niggas is
Kyrie
Kyrie
barely
Irving fans.
played.
Niggas is
The
Kyrie Irving
gambling done
fans,
is
but Kyrie Irving did the
online.
same shit to us. That don't make no sense, bro. That don't make no sense. The Divas got nothing to do with draft picks, bro. If
Yes, they do.
the Mavericks don't matter, the Houston Rockets does not matter what the Brooklyn Nets do, bro. They don't dictate what the
Yes,
fuck
they
goes on
do.
in our.
We are whether you like
You
it or
guys,
not, we both are
all right.
connected, bro.
I'm worried about Milwaukee, Boston, Philly. I'm not worried about the fucking Houston Rockets, bro. At all. Nothing about Houston is making me worried, bro. Sengun, Green, none of them is making the next pick they get from this shitty draft does not get me nervous at all, bro. It doesn't get me nervous at all. So if y'all
What
getting nervous
shitty
about the trades
draft?
they
The next year's
This
get,
one
draft is
right here.
elite.
He talking about this draft.
this draft right now is elite. What you talking about, bro?
I said
No, this
next year's
draft is
draft is
not
elite.
All
elite.
Man,
right,
talking
but we
about
talking about
next
this
year,
year.
guy.
We could trade for next year's draft. Next year's draft's a whole year away, bro. We could trade a nigga for a couple of draft picks. That's not hard to do. I'm talking about right now. You're talking about I'm talking about draft right now. This instant, what we gonna do to 15 right now. Not 2 years from now, not next year's draft, none of that shit. I'm talking about right now. You're telling me Donovan Mitchell will play with Mikal Bridges and Claxton, we're gonna beat somebody in the East. That's a joke, bro. That's a fucking joke, my nigga. Me and my niggas in
We
the
can
park right
beat hold on. We can beat Indiana, we can beat Orlando, we can
I
beat
mean, I'm not too sure about Indiana too. They just smoke niggas in Indiana, bro.
And
Indiana was
Orlando gonna get better.
yeah. You act like these niggas is
Right.
trash, freaks.
no, I'm just saying because we would have the superior player. I always pick the superior player. So if we get Donovan Mitchell, we would have the superior player in those matchups. We won't have it against Philly. We won't have it against Boston. We won't have it against what's the other one you said? Milwaukee. Um, but
So we
that's
gonna
a
so we gonna beat
tale
the Knicks.
for. I mean, it'll be a good series. I would pick us, but I would pick us versus the Knicks if we didn't have Donovan Mitchell. So that's not the here nor there. But the whole point about it is that as a general manager, where as far as Sean Marks is concerned, um, he understands that trade for Harden. I believe right now he understands that trade for Harden was a mistake. Now he's trying to fix the mistake. So, um, they're not going to trade Mikal Bridges. Is 1,000 reports. You can look them up. It's on Bleacher Report. It's on Yahoo Sports. It's on ESPN Sports. It's on every outlet, Fox Sports, every outlet you want to read. They're not trading Mikal Bridges. So you can dead that. They're just not doing it. They don't care what you think. They're not trading Mikal Bridges. Now, they're targeting Donovan Mitchell. Okay, cool. If you're going to target him, if that's the route you're going. See, with me, I don't care about whether or not if you however you going to move forward, pick a path and move that way. That's how I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
exactly. I
So
agree.
if you're going to rebuild, you have to trade Mikal. You're not trading Mikal, so they're not rebuilding. Cool.
Right.
Let's go get the pieces to be a competitive team in a weak Eastern Conference. Because when you got an Indiana team going to the Eastern Conference Finals, you can look at it and say, okay, why can't we get there? Right? The same way that Atlanta did the year that we got hurt. If we don't get hurt, we probably win the championship that year. But I mean, it is what it is. So all we can do now is move forward with whatever the progression of the team. And I've been with this team for a long time. I've been through all the ups and downs, all the hills, the peaks and the valleys, all that shit. So at this point, if they're going to try to get Donovan, depending on whether he don't see, that's the whole thing about it too. He will have to turn down Cleveland's offer. I haven't heard anything about that yet. So if he's turning down Cleveland's offer, I believe we're gonna make a huge push to get him.
But
I
Priest, so
like
Wally,
It's
so
rumors
but
that
Priest,
he.
so Wally's point, she said even if we don't get Donovan, there's people in the 2025 free agency that we can target as well. Like it's
And
not
I heard
just
and
it's
another
not
name that
all
I
hope.
saw that is absolutely being shopped
Shit, if you don't sign
right now.
Clax,
I know
you could go after a big contract this year.
the only thing that the one that I see that's being shopped for sure right now that I know for a fact is being shopped is Brandon Ingram. He's being shopped for sure right now. Multiple reports. They've reached out to Houston. They've reached out to um who else have they reached out to? It
But he's
was
not
one
the only
Eastern
person
Conference team.
available, though. He's not the only person available.
No,
You
no.
got
I know,
Paul
I know.
George free agency. You got OG free
I don't want
agency.
Paul George though.
No, I'm
I
not
heard Paul
saying. I'm
George
saying,
going to
but that's a
Philly.
name. That's a name that can help the Nets. Period, though.
Paul George is, I think, tied to Philly, so I think they might be going making a run at him to see if he can help Embiid out. But uh, that's a gamble. I don't think that's
I mean, I
necessarily
think
a solidified.
I think Paul George and Mikal would fit together, but I mean, you won't have to give up anything to get him because he's a free agent. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I have a question because
yeah,
there's
go
a
ahead.
lot of like going back and forth. What do you guys want? Do you want the Nets to actually be good, or do you want them to like just bottom out for the next 3 years with absolutely no direction?
It depends on. It
right.
depends on. It depends on what you take as good. Because the Nets can make a move right now. If you got Clax as a free agent, half our roster is damn near free agent. So you could ship
Half? I
Clax.
don't think it's half.
You got
I think it's
you got a lot of
Claxton.
players. You got a lot of players. You got what's his name? That came from the Lakers. You got Diaz, Dennis Smith Jr. You got
Oh, they're not bringing him back. But
this is what I'm saying. We got a few free agents. So that means the Nets still got money to spend. If to me, I've been saying this from the beginning. Clax is not one of the best centers in the league to me. He plays great defense, but he cannot when it's time to go up
where
against the
you got
best.
him ranked?
I don't know. Far as in defense, I will put Clax in top 10. You feel me? But other than that, he's like, to me, when he go up against the top centers in the league, he's not. He doesn't show that he's a top center. You get what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
outside of Jokic, Embiid, Bam, Sabonis,
that's a lot of names.
that's 4 names.
If you go
Um,
look on the East right now, on the East from the top 10 centers, do you think Clax? How do you think? How
in the
much better?
East,
How
absolutely, he's a top 10
how
center.
better? How better is he better than Evan Turner? How much better is he better than
You mean Miles Turner?
Miles Turner? How better is he better than the dude from the Knicks? You go down to these centers in the East, they all damn near got the better numbers than him. He just don't score, bro. Like
I like him better than Harkenstein, actually. I think Harkenstein is a hustle player. I like
I
Clax's
put them
skill
as the
set better.
same type player. You get what I'm saying? They both get
Yeah.
rebounds, both play defense. It's the same thing. They both can give you 10 points and 11 rebounds. You get what I'm saying? But can you give us 20 points and 10? That's the thing
I think
right
the
there.
thing about Claxton is I think you kind of unlock him a little bit when you put Clowney in there, because of Clowney's ability to stretch, right, and shoot that corner 3.
So you could trust Clowney as a starter next year.
Absolutely.
If you're trying to progress, you really gonna trust Clowney as a starter, bro?
Somebody
Clowney,
lying.
absolutely.
That's wild.
I'm not
bro.
lying.
Like,
I believe that. I believe this kid.
that nigga's
Yeah.
a twig, bro. He's another Clax.
Not at the 5, at the 4, because he can stretch the floor. You know, they had a game when they had like 13 blocks combined.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm talking about like when he got to go up against you think he could go up against what's his name, Julius Randle's, the big power forwards in the league? Do you really think he could stick a Şengün, or you get what I'm saying?
Şengün is a center, but as far as Randle is concerned, Randle builds the defense out a lot. I think Clowney can defend him. If you try to, because of the length.
Hey yo, that power is a big difference in the NBA.
But Randle don't play in the post like that. That's
what
the
are you
only
talking
thing.
about?
Nah, you bugging, Priest. What the hell?
So
Randle be the post, bro. What do you mean we do fadeaway jump?
I said
he shoot a lot of shots, bro, but he get most of his buckets in the paint, bro, and from foul shots.
Yeah, Priest. He going to school that nigga Clowney, bro. I don't even like Randle at all, bro. But he's definitely going to school that little nigga.
I'm just saying we too skinny, bro. Like I'd rather them trade Clax and take a chance with Dayron and get some better pieces. That's where I think.
I said that,
but see, y'all, the thing about y'all is Clowney is a 19-year-old kid.
But if you look at it, it's the same thing, bro.
Dayron
can give you the same numbers. Dayron could give you the same numbers as Clax, bro. But Clax is not a better rebounder than him, bro. I'm sorry. He a bully down in the paint, bro.
They do two different things, right? You could put Clax on the perimeter. You can't put Dayron on the perimeter. So they're not going to give you the same.
He gonna hit a 3-hand there.
Yeah, if they let him take it.
He only take him when we up by 30.
But you got a different. Now you got a coach that allow that from overseas that's used to big men shooting. Now the Nets gonna look totally different coming into the season.
Dayron start shooting threes now. Damn,
he was shooting them this year. Towards the end of the year, he was shooting them a lot more, bro.
He was shooting them when we was up big, though.
He said Dayron said himself, "Yo, if I shoot,
I'll tell you,
it's not either we not up big or the shot clock is like on 4 seconds or whatever. If I take a shot, like let's say first possession, Dayron take the 3." He's getting taken off.
That's what you're allowed to do, though. When a certain coach say, "Nah, we want you down here doing this."
That's true. Horty might make him shoot more. I think that's a valid argument.
I don't even like Dayron on the perimeter because he was the lead in rebound. He had the highest rebound percentage in the league.
Where he just came from, though, our coach, he just came from the Kings, right?
Yeah.
What they center do over there?
Their center is Sabonis.
All right. Can Sabonis shoot threes?
Yes, because it's
Shoot
a
him here and
bonus.
there.
He's a part of that. You get what I'm saying? These are overseas coaches that you putting on. He
And
ain't
that's
just
an overseas player.
this,
Or come on, bro. We can't. That's Demontis
bro. You're
Sabonis,
not
bro.
getting. It's what you coach by, bro. Certain coaches want they centers to stay in the paint, get the boards, and pass it out. When you bring overseas coaches, they don't care if you shooting a lot. Look around the league. Most overseas coaches, you got what is Luka coach? Is the coach from the Nuggets? Where is he from?
Coach from the Nuggets is
Malone.
from America.
He from
Oh no,
America?
yeah, Mike Malone is from
Oh,
America.
that's who they coach
But
at Mike
again,
Malone.
you got Joker. That's the reason.
But Joker wasn't
He didn't
shooting all
have
crazy coming into the league, bro.
DeAndre Jordan shooting threes.
Yo, Day'Ron Sharp is not DeAndre Jordan, bro.
I'm just
He
saying.
got a
You
way
just say
better
you.
jump shot than DeAndre Jordan, bro. That's like totally far as
I
in the
do
paint.
I do agree. I agree that Daron has more of an offensive skill set that should be explored. I definitely do believe that he should
But
explore more of
him
his
shooting
offensive skill
threes
set.
though, bro.
Bro,
Like
if you can't say he can't get three pointers a game, bro. Like I'm not talking about wild like Steph Curry 9 threes a game type shit. But if he can make 2-3 good plays where he pop out and shoot a three, bro, that's valuable, bro. And Clax, bro, he showed that he can shoot it, but he ain't pulling no triggers, bro. He be stuck down there, bro.
I would also like to add that many people overlook the importance of a development staff, because if you look at our coaching staff now, it's all about development. So just want to put that there too.
Yeah, you got Joe, what's his name, Howard coming in and all that.
So then that proves my point even more. Why would we get Donovan Mitchell if we don't develop what we got right now? We got Cam. We forget about Cam Johnson. We got Cam Thomas. We got
Yeah, I
motherfucking
don't want to see
Claxton.
Cam
Well,
Thomas go.
Okay.
I think somebody
We got
brought up a
Clowney.
good point. I think it was Breezy. I think he was like, "Yo, the way the Nuggets been together. That team been together for like 8 years.
Facts.
Like, as Nets fans, are we willing to give these players the same grace and see how they can be in a few
Oh,
years and let them mesh and build up
Yeah,
chemistry?"
if they
can I,
homegrown, yeah, why
can I
not?
speak? Okay, because I've been trying to hold my tongue the whole time. Look, the Nets are in New York City. They do not have the luxury as other small market teams. They're not Utah. They're not OKC. They can't stock up on draft picks when they're in the same city as another team. Right now, the Nets are not battling against, who can win a chip, whatever. Joe Tsai is about money. We are competing against the Knicks. He is trying to fight for relevancy. You guys get
Get
up here and
away.
you're talking about we need to develop these guys. That's going to take 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years, the Nets will be irrelevant. Just like how before the Nets
What,
came to Brooklyn. Listen, let me speak,
bro?
please.
What
I've
are
been
you
holding my
Let
talking
tongue the
about?
her
whole
finish.
time.
Let her finish.
Hold on, let her
Been
finish. Let her
quiet the
finish.
whole time. Before the Nets came to Brooklyn, this was Knicks City. The Knicks ran New York, and that's the reason why they didn't want the Nets to come here in the first place. We had multiple people transition from Knicks fans to Nets fans. We even had, when KD and Kyrie came here, we had fake Nets fans because they were KD and Kyrie fans. Right now, Joe Tsai only cares about money. So no, the Nets do not have the time to wait for different players from the draft to develop.
I
The same
don't. I
that the
could I
Knicks
I
could
did.
don't think
agree,
that's
but I
The
could
necessarily
same
agree to
true though.
the
disagree
Knicks. Can
because
I
the
finish
Bro,
Brooklyn
speaking?
Nets
Please
they
let me
they
finish.
make money by throwing
let her finish.
concerts
Because
and
Let
look,
her
shit.
finish.
the
Let her
same
finish. Let her
thing that
finish.
the
Let her
Knicks
finish.
did when they traded quickly RJ Barrett and they went out and they got their pieces so that they can contend, and then they went into free agency and signed Jalen Brunson. It's the same shit that the Nets are about to do, whether you guys like it or not.
Nah, I don't think so.
That's a
I
lie.
Same
don't think
Nah,
so.
I don't.
That's
I
wrong.
don't think so. They
It
did it. They
sounded
did.
good, but
They
no.
did it. They did it 3 times already. It
Yeah,
doesn't
what
make
are you?
So
sense.
what? And they about to do it a fourth time.
Nah, not
No,
the way
you're
Joe
What?
bugging.
Tsai is
But
You're
talking.
because
Wait,
they
wait,
have fake
but look, right? Hold
ass
on, but look, right?
experts, they're
Not the
gonna
way
do
Joe
it again.
Tsai talking though.
Sorry.
Joe Tsai
But
talking
look,
like he won a stable team
but
and
I
all
don't
that.
think these players. I think I'll put Cam Thomas, but I don't think these players on this team is completely ass. I think
They're
these
not.
niggas can grow to. I think Cam, in terms of Cam's development, I don't think he's that far off from being a valid component player on this roster that can lead to some wins. I don't think it's necessary. I know Donovan lifts that win uh threshold to 1,000. I'm not saying that he don't, but I look at this roster. We was above 500 at some point in the month of December.
First
So
15 games, that's it.
That's the thing, because
I
people
mean, yeah, but
are
you
lying.
build off that.
Come on
You
here,
look at that and see how can you build off that
Nah,
though.
I
And
I'm
could
gonna
agree
I'm
to
gonna make
disagree
it
with you.
real easy for
everybody.
y'all, right? Take Ben Simmons out and put Donovan in. Do you still get the same outcome? You get the same outcome because Ben made the team move. Without Ben, the team doesn't move. Without Donovan on Cleveland, that team doesn't move. You know what I mean? So you put
Yeah, they
one of
were
those
bad
players.
That's
without
not all the way
Donovan.
true, bro. They're a
Yes,
better
it
team
is
without.
true, bro.
They
You
better
need
than us
it
without
is
that
Mitchell.
true. It is
player.
true.
They was
Oh
better
shit,
than us
JJ
without
Redick, the
Mitchell,
coach.
bro.
What the
But
hell? They hired JJ
I
Redick.
don't think in New York I don't think we gotta necessarily
Yo,
compete
Creed,
with
you
the
saw
Knicks.
that
Like,
piece?
yeah, I agree they are rivals, but I don't necessarily.
Listen,
I
Joe
think
Tsai,
strong.
Joe Tsai is making money just by letting niggas perform there, bro. Like, it's not.
Bro.
What are you
It's not
talking about?
all the way about that, bro.
What do
Nah,
you
matter of
mean?
fact,
What are
let
you
me
talking
this
It
What
about?
do
is
you
a business.
mean?
hold on,
It
What do
is
you
a
can I say
business
mean?
one
though.
thing?
But
They
Hold on,
use
seats
the
in
Jeff.
the Barclays
stadiums
to
to
me, I
sell
think is
tickets.
always going to be filled though.
Nah, hold on. Yeah.
I don't think niggas is not gonna stop coming to the Nets. We faced the Pistons and that building was packed.
Let
And
me
Nick,
ask
we
you.
was below 500.
In
Hold
New
on,
York
real
City,
quick.
there
Yo,
are fans of other teams that fill up the building. But what about Jersey City?
okay,
There's
so
many
hold on.
different things that come with Joe Tsai and his
Yeah,
financial
all
Bro,
assets.
right.
I've
That
been a
sounds good, but
Jersey
wait a
City
minute.
fan for
Hold on,
years,
wait.
and
Before we
and
got KD and Kyrie, was we in the playoffs? Before we got KD and Kyrie, were we in the playoffs?
Yeah, but we was like
facts,
40 and
Wait, all right, hold
42.
on, wait. Let me finish. Now we
facts.
traded everybody we traded. Did we get those off a trade block, or did we homegrown every single person we sent to Cleveland? Allen homegrown, Levert homegrown. We even took Spencer Dinwiddie homegrown his ass. We took bum ass D'Angelo Russell that nobody even wanted. We put him back on the map, nigga. That was us. That wasn't no superstars on the team. We built that organically. So for you to tell me we can't do it again makes no sense to me at all. Because
Okay,
Thank
but
you,
what
bro.
happened?
everybody that
Oh,
Cleveland
did they
got,
not
we
get
gave them
traded?
that.
But
So how
D'Lo
we
and them
get all
got
that?
traded for
Okay,
KD and Kyrie though. I
it,
don't disagree, but they did get traded for them niggas.
They got, but
right.
For
who
KD and Kyrie.
developed those players that was on the team before they got traded? Who
See,
developed
that's
those?
Right.
The
They
Leverts,
let
thing.
D'Lo
the
develop.
Allens.
They
Who
let D'Lo
developed them?
develop here and then they traded him.
Okay, so why can't
Exactly.
we develop more people then?
You
I
can
don't
develop more
disagree.
people,
I
but
don't
eventually you're gonna
disagree.
have to trade
That's
them.
the reason why they went and got the
Yeah,
coaches
I don't
that they got,
disagree,
though.
All
but
right, so
that's
then
why I
why?
said
He just said
somebody
we
like
can't.
Cam can be on the
Brooklyn
trade
can't do
block
that. We don't have enough
because
time
Nah,
to do stuff
Cam
that we just
Thomas
did
can't
it.
be on the trade. Look, if you looking at the way the Nets are, they got development coaches. They're going younger. So what they gonna do? If you listen to Joe Tsai, he said it out of his mouth. I'm not trying to trade all my assets away. So it'd be bad. He already did it too many times.
Yes,
But
wait. So let me let me
He
bring
didn't
this up,
do
right?
it. He didn't do it. Billy King did it.
Billy King
And
did that
number one, Billy
before that.
King did
That
it
was old,
before,
bro. That's old.
but
Like I don't
the
even talk
only
about the shit that happened in Jersey and all that shit.
that wasn't in Jersey, that was in
How
yeah, that
Brooklyn.
was when we had Paul Pierce
But
and shit. That was down him.
Paul
That was
Pierce, Paul Pierce. Either way, that's the shit. That's the picks where they got Jason Tatum and all that shit. That same
yeah,
shit, bro. Either way,
and
they gone, bro. That shit happened like 10 years ago,
but
That's
15
how?
what I
years
said.
But
ago.
what you're not understanding is the messaging from the team. I ain't talking about from Joe Tsai, because he just sold a minority stock to the Koch family for $6 billion. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about what this dude, the general manager, is talking about. They not trading Bridges. How do you rebuild if you don't trade him?
You don't got to only trade him, bro. You got Clax is a
You
available
can't.
free agent. You could
You
get
Clax
him
is
can't
a
for
free
rebuild
anything.
without Mikal
agent.
though. Yeah.
Clax is a free agent.
You can
He can
still
go
get
Yeah,
where
why
he
you
signed and
keep
wants.
saying
trade,
that?
bro.
Yeah, I don't understand. He's telling y'all. He said like 5 times. Clark's not on our team no more. We can't trade him, nigga. He's a free agent, bro.
You can sign and trade him. What is y'all talking about?
Yeah, but
He would have to agree to that.
Yeah, he
That's
has to
how it
agree to
usually
that.
goes down in free agency, bro.
It's the same shit we did when D'Lo
Come
got
on,
traded on
like
the team. They signed and traded him to the Golden State, I think, if I'm correct.
But he would have
that's a
to
fact, bro.
agree to that. You cannot just doggone trade a player that's a free agent,
Bro,
a
we have
restricted
his
free
rights,
agent.
bro. We have his rights. What are you talking about? He
He's
can't
a
just
restricted free agent. He could go where he wants. He don't
Yeah,
even
he can
have
go
to
where he
sign with
want.
us. He don't have to sign with us. It is not
Yeah.
unrestricted.
niggas
If
think we
he
got
if
control. Nigga, we had KD too. That nigga left.
Real,
left us,
real
We do
quick.
bro.
not have
KD
control
ain't
of
just leave. We
Claxton.
got picks
What?
and all that for KD.
All right, we not
But
getting
you
nothing for
keep
Claxton,
talking
bro.
about
Yeah.
you keep talking about Claxton as a trade piece when he's not.
He's not, bro. If a team wants Claxton right now, they're not gonna
Claxton
call our phone. They're
controls
gonna call his agent phone, bro.
exactly. And
He
then
go-
what Wally was
if he
talking about was
control it,
true.
bro, it
Hold
don't
on real
matter.
quick.
He's
Hold on real
not.
quick.
He's not worth.
Hold on real
25.
quick. And what Wally was talking about is true. And not only do they got the Knicks, they share a TV network with the New York Yankees.
Exactly.
That
They ain't
doesn't
never
mean
gonna be
So
better
nothing,
than the
bro.
Yankees, bro. Nobody's gonna be bigger than the Yankees and the Knicks, bro. The
Yo,
Knicks,
that
the
doesn't
Nets
But
be
mean
I
the
don't
one
nothing.
think that
team. They're not even bigger
necessarily
than them, bro.
resorts to. I don't think it resort. If we really look at it, it wasn't
and
just the
keep that TV
roster.
deal.
It
What?
wasn't just the roster that the reason that we were coached.
Anybody catch that, or did his mic just cut off?
Nah, his whole
I don't know.
mic
I thought
went
the
out.
Yeah,
I
his
thought the
shit
fucking
cut
thing
off.
ended.
I got me checking my own internet.
Yeah, no, I don't know what he was talking about. But bro,
And
I'm
and it's
shaking
All right,
hands
my
with
crazy.
fault.
Wally.
I'm
Breaking
back.
news. Hold
Y'all
on,
can
hold
hear
on, hold
me?
on,
Yeah,
y'all. Hold on, y'all. Breaking news. The Lakers just hired
I just
JJ
said that
Redick.
4 years. I said that for your JJ Redick shit. I told you said that. They
Oh yeah,
wild. They
Breaking
they
done,
hired
Johnny.
news.
JJ Redick.
Yeah, they done. They done. No, I don't even read that. They just lost. So
But
yeah,
look,
you talking
but
about we
my
lost?
fault.
They
I cut
lost.
off. But
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
knew
saying is
they were.
With Brooklyn, I don't think it's necessarily us losing that was I don't think us losing is that far. If we really look at it, the reason why we really lost, it wasn't just the roster, it was the coaching staff too. It was and injuries. I think with a healthy and competent team,
Man, I
like we
think none
said,
of
the
them
East
niggas
is
wanted to
ass.
play.
Well, I think we can well, I mean that is true too. But I just think that I don't think we necessarily as niggas is making it seem. I just think it was a whole bunch of shit with Vaughn, uh, diminishing Cam minutes, Cam Johnson getting injured, Claxton being out the first game. Like it was a whole lot of shit that led to us losing. I
Man,
don't
Clax.
I
necessarily
mean,
and
I ain't gonna
I
lie, bro.
understand
Clax
that.
need to go, bro. I've been sick of Clax for the last few years, bro.
I
I ain't gonna
mean,
hold you.
we sick of everybody over here. Sick
Nah,
of
I'm sick of
Clark, sick
fucking
of
Mikal
Bridges,
Bridges.
sick of CJ,
Nah, I'm just sick of
sick of
Bridges, bro.
Nah, I tell you the truth,
sick of Sean
I wasn't
Marks,
really sick of
sick of
Bridges because Bridges was out there doing things that he wasn't supposed to do. They was forcing that nigga to be a number one option. He was just
Right.
and it
he
ain't
was
even about
Nah.
it,
Fuck
it
out of
Right.
ain't
my
even
face with that bullshit. Yo, bro, y'all
Oh
be
my
making
gosh,
excuses to
here we
niggas,
go.
and he's shooting like 10 threes a game, bro. What are you talking about right now?
what do you
because the
mean what I'm
coach
talking about?
told him
Who's
to.
allowing you to shoot that many shots in a game, bro? What sense is that making?
Bro. When
The
he came to
coach
our team,
Let
he
told
me
was
him
tell
not
you
doing
to.
that,
something,
bro.
bro. It was
Hold
him and
on, man.
Cam
This is
Thomas,
dumb.
damn near
Hold on.
had the
This
same shot
Joker,
selection.
this Joker would get in the post game conference when they saying, hey, your midi was going and you shot threes, and then they be talking to who the Jock Vaughn, and he like, yeah, man, I wish you would have got up 4 or 5 more threes.
He said 20 more.
The coach is telling him to do this shit.
So what that
So
got to do with
now
him
y'all
bricking them
want the
bitches, though,
players.
Breach?
So
What that
now
got to do with
y'all
him
want the
bricking them?
players. Now
Why
y'all
can't he
want the
make it?
players.
But why can't he
Bro,
make
Now
it?
y'all want the
Bro,
players
But why
Bridges
to
can't he
never
make at
do.
least half his
She
threes,
said,
bro?
"Why?"
Bro, Mikal Bridges never shot that many shots in his life,
So then
bro. You
why? So
gotta
then who's this stupid ass
understand that,
motherfucker
bro.
taking these shots? And you act like his midi was on. His midi, Mikal Bridges takes one of the worst shots on the Brooklyn Nets, bro. Besides Cam Thomas,
Hey,
bro.
yo,
If
you
y'all
know
niggas
what
don't
our
understand
offense?
that,
Hey, bro, you know what our
fade
offense
away mid
was?
ranges off the pick and roll. He can't
Hey,
dribble. He
yo, you
You
can't
know what
pass. Come on, bro.
all
we
Stop
had
right.
it,
a
bro.
bro, we
So
had
so
a
the
Y'all
whole
I
niggas
running
think
playing
game.
that's
that
We
the
had a
shit,
reason.
bro.
running
hold
game
on.
offense, bro.
Let
Playing the
me
post that
respond to
shit,
Gat
bro.
real
Stop it,
quick,
bro.
and then everybody else
The
can get their
bullshit.
shit off.
Mikal's fucking garbage. Y'all need
The
to play
whole
make the fuck up.
problem is what y'all are doing is
Nah, I
y'all
won't
putting
say he
all of the
garbage, bro.
focus
He's
on
garbage.
the
He is.
players.
Nah, I won't say he
Hold
garbage, bro.
He
on.
is not. He not.
He
He
was
not.
putting
He
a
not top
he
25
was
in the
put
league, bro.
he
What are you
was
talking
put in a
about, bro?
bad
Hold
situation,
on, let
bro.
Priest
A
finish. Let
bad
Priest finish. Let
situation.
Priest
You ain't
finish.
shit, bro.
He was put in a bad
I
The nigga
situation.
was
mean,
in the finals, boy.
Let
Come to
Priest
bench, my
finish. Let
nigga.
Priest finish.
Come on, bro. Y'all niggas making this
the
nigga sound like
problem
he was in the
that y'all
All-Star break or
have
some shit.
is, or the problem that we have is the fact that we are sitting here eliminating the messaging coming from the coaching staff. Whether you can say he wasn't making the shot, shoot something different, but if the coach tell you, oh, you missed your first 7, keep shooting, then what you want him to do?
Pass the ball. But he can't pass.
All right.
How you want a nigga to
But
pass the
All
who
ball? He
can?
right.
can't pass the
So
But
ball,
to be,
nigga.
but you want
all
McHale to
right.
pass?
Yeah, he need a pass. He can't stop shooting no threes, my nigga. Those threes not locking in. I
And
don't
then
like
and then another thing that y'all don't take
he's a
into
perimeter
account is
lockdown defender. We got him as a 3 and D nigga.
Hey yo,
Come
you
on,
know
bro.
what was our offense, right? Our offense was run and gun. When Ben Simmons, when it started, he was just running down the court, passing the ball to shoot a three. We was
and he
number.
was getting
Hold on,
and
we
then
was
when he
number
was getting
one.
open looks, he was
we was
shooting a
number
high
one.
percentage. He was
number
shooting
one.
50, 40,
Oh
80
my
from the
God,
field.
Priest. Stop it, Priest. Don't do that, Priest.
We
You just
was.
told
We
me
was
go
number
ahead.
one.
He was.
You be
That's
capping
not a
niggas, bro.
lie.
Look at the stats.
Come on,
Y'all
bro.
need
Look
to
at
That's
the
not a
stats.
lie. He
No,
dead.
I see the stats. I was at the game. I was at the game
Mikal was
first
dead
half.
ass
I
playing
watched
better
both sides.
when
at the beginning of the
Mikal was dead ass playing better when Ben was on the floor. That's a fact.
right.
Everybody was playing better when Ben was on the floor. That's only
All
8
right,
games, nigga. What do you mean?
so he asked when your point guard. You got to remember when he came in the league, he always was with a smart point guard, bro.
Okay.
A
Always
point
was,
guard.
Let me
The
always
cook
was.
that
point
right
guard,
now.
because Mikal
When we
Bridges
went to the playoffs
plays.
against Philly,
Hold
he had a
on,
point guard.
hold
Bro,
on,
He
this
had a
bro.
point
nigga
guard, no Priest?
tweaking
Hold
right
on,
now.
bro.
Cause y'all niggas
Hold
is
on, bro.
capping, bro.
Mikal
Y'all got
Bridges,
KD for some shit.
Mikal Bridges is an off-ball player. They tried to force him to play on-ball. That's not his game. He's an off-ball player. Number one. Number two, when you had somebody to run the show and he can get to his spots and catch and shoot or catch and make a quick move, he was
That's a fact.
Dynamic.
Shit went out too.
Dynamic. I'll finish that for you.
That's
Bro.
a fact.
Shit got
Mikal plays better when he has a point guard. That's a fact.
So wait, hold on. We had a point guard. We played Philly and
You
got
know what's
swept?
crazy?
Do we
You
have
know
a
what's
point guard? We got
crazy?
swept by Philly?
He wilding.
You know what's crazy? We have we
was
have
ass when we
people in the
played Philly,
league.
man.
But
We
wait,
had
Mikal
people
was
in the
nice.
league like hold on. We had people in the league like Reggie Miller, who was an off-ball player who could not make plays on ball, right? One of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball, had to play off of Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose, and other point guards with IQ to get them the ball in their spots where they can be effective. Now, we can't give this guy a chance to do that because we just ready to close the door on somebody. And that's why when Wally say the rest of the NBA view him differently, that's a fact. The rest of the NBA, and I guess they don't know shit. They just professional ball players and GMs and coaches and shit. I guess they don't know shit either. The rest of the NBA views this nigga as a key player in a championship structure.
Cool.
The rest of the league, you mean to tell me that I'm supposed to believe what some mad fans say and not believe what the people that play against them and play with them say? Hell no, I ain't doing that.
After that was funny that you said. That was cute. All right. Now after are you
That's
done?
true.
Are you done?
That's true.
Are you done now? It sounded cool. Are you done? All right. So when we got Mikal Bridges, was Mikal Bridges not leading the scoring and all types of shit that we put his numbers next to KD when he first got to the team? Am I lying? Then I'm dying. Am I right or am I wrong?
That was
I mean, you're right, but
the hottest thing moving.
But the team wasn't.
Wait,
the
can I
team
finish?
was playing
Can I
the
finish?
the team was already we was
No,
already
we was
above
playing on a
500 at the
totally
time
different
though.
offense, bro.
See how when y'all niggas proving the point, I answer y'all. I'm
Bro, we
talking. Now
let
I'm
you
saying
talk
y'all
like a
talking
million
over me.
times.
Y'all debunking my shit. I'm asking y'all, did Mikal Bridges have better numbers than KD when we first got him? Yes
He
or no?
did not have better numbers.
No.
He just had
No,
good
Y'all
numbers.
lying.
Bro.
The first 20 games,
no.
Mikal Bridges
The
was better than
Kevin
numbers, nigga. You
Durant.
bugging.
He had Bridges was
He did not
averaging
have better
28,
numbers. He
26,
had his
First
highest.
20
28.
games when we
He was
got Mikal
averaging
Bridges, he had
26,
better
but it
numbers than
wasn't better.
KD.
It
Nigga,
wasn't
check it
better
right now if I'm
KD
lying.
numbers.
Yeah, 26. He was
So
averaging
when
He
you
was
26.
not
a
averaging
hot
more than
player
Kevin
do that
Durant.
good and
No,
come
he
back
averaged
ass
what he
with no
averaged
point
what
guard.
Kyrie was averaging. Kyrie was averaging that 26.
All right, so what are
Well,
we
He
talking about
averaged
right now?
Kyrie
What are we
numbers.
saying right now? So why can't he do that again,
You
please? Tell me what happened.
can I say this?
because
No,
We
wait,
ne-
let
we
me
wasn't.
finish
I
because he
can
said we need a point
explain it
guard.
to
So I
you.
want to hear him now. He never
We
point guard
wasn't
then.
even.
I can
Beating,
explain it
we
to
didn't
you.
even
All right,
have
so
the
I can
same.
explain
All
it
right,
to
let
you.
Priest explain it. Let Priest
Yeah,
explain
why
it.
don't
I
want
can
to hear this nigga keep
explain it
talking?
to you because when this full season, right? When
Yeah.
the team was set prior to the season, right? The team was number one built around Ben Simmons. Number two, the teams around the league had a chance to watch film and game plan to stop Mikal. You got to remember, Mikal in his career had never been in that position he was put into.
Okay.
So when the team get a chance to game plan around him, and number one, number two,
so he
number
gets worse.
two.
That makes sense. All right. It makes sense. Y'all right.
No,
Y'all right. I
no.
guess he
If
can
a
play good without a point
defense,
guard, but then the next year he doesn't
if
play
a
good. I got
defense
that.
has an entire offseason to look at what you do best and try to take that away, of course you're going to struggle. So he didn't make the adjustments during the season. You could say that.
Nah, I think y'all both wrong.
You just
We
told
was
me with the
getting.
coach though.
Can I say something, bro? I'll let both of y'all talk, bro. it was a totally different offense when Mikel got here.
It's
But
the
they
same
was
team, bro.
they was not running up and down the court when Mikel got here. It was more of a pick and roll. Mikel coming from the bottom of the key into the foul line, shooting mad middies, bro. This year they went straight running gun, and then when Ben Simmons was out, they had Mikel with the ball in his hand, damn near 85% of the game, bro. Like
Not 85%. Him and Cam both had the ball in their hand.
Bro, he had the ball more than Cam in the beginning of the season, bro. Cam wasn't getting no minutes, bro. Like, this shit don't make no sense. They both had the same amount of shots too.
You know, I can kind of rap with that logic, except for the fact that I don't understand how Cam was getting no minutes, but then at the end of the season, he's second in minutes on the team. So he had more minutes than Claxton, more minutes than. So it's kind of hard to and he only played like 67 games. Bro. But you said Cam wasn't getting no minutes, and that logic don't fit.
No, you gotta listen to what I'm saying.
Cam Johnson?
What I said was in the beginning of the season, bro, Mikel was averaging 23 points this year, bro. When Ben Simmons went down, his numbers dropped. You got motherfucking. He still was holding it down a little. He had the Atlanta games where he would score 40 plus, the buzzer beater, all that shit, bro. And I was never giving up on him. When
giving up on
down, now all our point guards go down, bro. Cam Thomas got in mid-season and was shooting the same amount of shots as him. They was having the same production. Cam had a nice weak stretch, and all his numbers went down, bro.
But
we gotta remember, Cam Thomas got injured the half of the season. He was averaging 28 to start the season. So when he got injured, he had to work his way back to the starting lineup.
And then even with the numbers, like what Cam be putting up, those numbers wasn't leading to winning. So this is why I feel like the organization is willing to move him for Donovan, because Donovan's points are more impactful to winning. However,
when Cam was balling, I don't think he was that bad. I don't think we was losing games.
Did I tell a lie?
He's on the way better.
You're not lying. Wait, hold on, Priest. You're not lying, but when Cam was averaging 28, I don't think we was losing games like that. I think we was close to 500.
We was losing.
I can tell you what we was doing. That was the beginning of the season, because him and Bridges, like I was saying, they was putting up KD and Kyrie numbers when they had that offense. When Ben was playing like that, they was running and gunning. They was scoring.
Yeah, that was early in the season.
Yeah, that was early. When Ben went down, both their numbers dropped out. Then Cam got hurt, so that took his numbers even lower.
Yeah.
Right, but when Cam got back on that Phoenix game in December, we were still 13-10 at some point.
The point I was making is, and I agree with what you just said, but the point I was making is, like, even you go back to the year before, not this past year, but the year before, when he had those 340-point games, the only team we beat with that was Washington. That's what I mean. Like, Cam could put up numbers,
bro,
but it doesn't always.
That was his first game start.
I can't even goddamn.
Bro, that don't make sense, bro. You just
thought.
used 3 games of his first career.
I can't even finish. How am I gonna make sense if I can't finish a thought? How am I gonna finish if I can't finish my? How am I gonna make sense if I can't finish my point?
Because you're saying that you're ready to trade the young nigga.
That's fresh off a trade.
I'm not blaming him.
No, you want to trade him. I said trade.
I didn't say I wanted to do anything.
You said his numbers don't impact winning, so we could trade him for Donovan Mitchell because that impacts winning.
No, I said his numbers.
Yes.
Whether he put up points or not, and this is even going late in the season when he was getting back on the 30 points and the 40 points. I said more than not, they don't lead to winning. You can look at the fucking record when he scores that many points. They got it.
I agree with
bro.
You.
That was his first. That was the first week of trade.
But I think there's context to that, though. It's a lot of context to that. It's context to that, though, Priest. There's a lot of context.
A nigga can't say nothing about Cam Thomas. Y'all niggas start ready to fight, bro.
That was the first week of a trade, bro.
Now niggas talk shit about every other player on this team except him.
Listen,
Right.
Who?
What
Because
are you
he's the
talking
youngest
about,
nigga
bro?
on the
The
team.
dude,
Right.
the
Hold
dude
on,
was
one
sitting
mic, y'all,
on the
one mic,
bench
one
and,
mic.
and they
exactly.
traded
One mic.
away all the stars. What are you talking about? That was his first week in the lineup.
Thank you.
No,
There's a
no, I'm
lot of
talking
context
about.
behind that,
Drop
bro.
50 and win.
You just saying
I
it like he
wasn't
was playing
just
it.
I
You
wasn't
just hold
just
on, let me
I
talk,
wasn't
please.
just
I'll
talking
let y'all
about that.
talk
I
all you
wasn't
want.
able to
Let me
talk.
let
What
me
you
talk.
You
talking about?
always been
Because you're not
talking, bro,
making
for the
sense,
last
Bree.
30 minutes, bro.
Y'all
All
gotta
right,
let
I
each
always
other
been talking.
finish,
Y'all got it.
y'all.
Y'all got it.
I gotta let each other finish, bro.
I ain't been able to finish a thought since you know what I mean?
Bro, since I
Bro,
got
you
up here,
just
I
said
probably said
you
something
comparing
twice,
a
but
half
you
a
like two,
season
three
to two
times.
seasons of
I
Mikal Bridges.
wasn't.
You comparing them,
I
bro. Come on,
wasn't
stop it.
done. I wasn't done.
It didn't matter what you were saying, please, because this is like his rookie
Okay,
year
it
and you
didn't
compare it
matter
to
what
a
I was saying. All
superstar.
right,
Yeah,
cool.
because put into
I ain't
context,
saying
make
it
it
didn't
make sense.
matter.
Make it make sense, bro. You comparing Mikal Bridges that been in the year for mad long to a nigga just got in the lineup. Come on, bro. That's not fair. That's not even an argument. Like, come
Yeah,
on, bro.
yeah.
You want to
Let
break
me
that.
work, bro. Hold on. Let me work, yo. What I'm trying to say is, again, to add to what Big Priest says, we not going to agree with each other, and that's fine. But let them finish their talking point. But on that note, get to the talking point. Get to what you're
I was
trying to say.
trying
So
to, Breezy.
somebody, oh, right. But because it's both sides, you know what I mean. So yeah, you gotta let someone finish their talking point before the rebuttal comes. The talking point comes before the rebuttal. So I want to hear what y'all was saying because I like the debates, man. But I gotta one at a time. That's all I'm asking. You will finish, Big Priest. Oh, and I
I
want to say
wasn't.
shout to Wally too. She said, "All right, y'all, be easy. Y'all made it hectic for. Listen, man, I only got one woman in my
My
audience,
bad. My
man.
bad, Wally.
Oh no, I
My
gotta
bad,
say this,
Wally.
man. I gotta say this, man. I looked at my analytics. It's 100. It was 99%. It was 100% men before Wally. If Wally just left, it's back to 100% men. Y'all gotta get a floor to Wally sometimes. She be trying to get a word in. Y'all know what I mean? Like,
But
yo,
but we not checking her either though, Breezy. She was mad wrong, bro. She's talking about we depleted the whole team for KD. That was a complete lie. That was a complete lie. Nobody checked her.
But
all right,
what realistically, but
so
Breeze, what I was saying,
Realistically,
but
hold
Breeze, what I was
on,
saying
hold
was,
on, bro. Realistically,
all right,
y'all
go
can't
ahead,
check
please.
me out. I'm grown as fuck. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, yeah, I wasn't taking those shots at Cam Thomas. I know he's a young player. What I was saying is currently, and I'm just thinking of from the minds of the people in the front office. When he scores the big numbers, it hasn't led to winning. That's my point. I wasn't trying to say that he's not a good player. I wasn't trying to say, and I wasn't just talking about last the year when they made all the trades. I wasn't just
but
talking about that
hold on.
either.
Nah, but hold on. Again, hold on. The context is this. Whether you're talking from Big Priest or you're talking under the mind of the front office, you gotta give context to that. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta expect a rebuttal regardless of either way.
my whole
I
thing,
understand
No,
about
my
the
whole thing with the
rebuttal. I
question.
understand about the
I,
Can
rebuttal,
can I say
but
this,
I
bro? Can
can't.
I say this one
But
thing, bro?
I can't think about the teams in terms of what I would want to do because I don't think it matters what I would want to do. I'm thinking about it in the terms of, and I've said this numerous times. I'm thinking about it in the terms of what Sean Marks and that brain trust is going to want to do. I
Right,
like Cam
nah, but
Thomas.
again,
I think
I
That's what
he's
you
a
like what.
think
good
they
Hold
want
on.
to do.
young
Hold
player.
on. I want to go to Dame and Gat, and we were gonna go around the panel. But I just want to let y'all know, me when y'all pull up to this page, expect me to tell y'all the difference. What I want the team to do, and what I expect for the team to do. And for the most part, I always say that the Nets are
Yeah.
they do the unexpected. You know what I mean? I never know what they're gonna do, but I let
hold
you know
on,
how I
Breeze. I want
blog is.
to,
I let you know what I want them to do. It's a difference. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's
right,
a
hold
big
Yeah.
difference.
on, Breeze. I want to, so I'll get this off, and
Yeah,
then all of y'all can talk.
all I was saying was that I don't really want to break. I know they trying to win because they don't want. That's why all the arguing about the Houston draft picks is irrelevant. They're not trying to give Houston a top pick like they did with Boston.
That's what the
They
fans
already
are arguing about.
no. That's what the front office is thinking about
No,
because
they not.
again,
No, bro. If they was
if
thinking about it, Mikal would have been gone
le-
already. This is the
can I
things
explain
that.
this to you? Can I explain this to you real
Yo,
quick? Real quick.
can I
If
say something, bro? Because I've been waiting to talk for a while, and
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we like
it's
to
like
go
the
Big Priest,
all
next
over
you
the
was
thing
place,
going
after
bro.
the
in, Big
next
Priest.
thing
No,
You
after
for
the
was
I just
next
going
want
in,
Cam
Big
to
thing.
stay
Priest.
on that topic, bro.
If we wanted the Rockets picks, right, we would have been traded Mikal. And it's the end of the season where they already was making rumors and we denied it. That shit is off the table, bro. Everybody keeps saying what the front office gonna do, this, that, and the third. But when everybody say it, the front office don't do nothing that y'all want them to do, that I want them to do. So if I'm just thinking from the owner's perspective now. If the owner is coming out saying, yo, I'm not trading no more of my assets, which would mean probably that Nick Claxton might stay. I said I don't want him to stay. You feel me? But if I'm hearing this from Josiah, the nigga that didn't give Kyrie the contract because he was going crazy, y'all acting like Sean Marks is giving these dudes the money. He's not. He's just picking out players and coaches.
So you think they should have signed Claxton? What you trying to say?
I don't think they should sign Claxton back. But if you looking for a culture and you trying to build the culture, that's what you would do. You would sign Clax, and you would, no lie, because Mikal Bridges is on a 2-year contract. In 2 years he will be up for another contract. The likely thing to do is to trade him if you don't want to pay big bucks, because you're gonna be in the tug of war with him and Cam Thomas.
I agree, but I just want to add context to that because the thing is, we Priest do got a point with when Cam does the high scoring games, we was losing. But I'm just pointing out this season. I'm not pointing out what he did last year. But to give context to this season,
Yeah,
and
you mad? Why you so mad?
Breeze came in. Breeze covered every game. Every game this year, Breeze covered. Every time we came in this podcast and covered the recaps, we said, and I quote, "Yo, Cam is the person that is giving us these leads in these games,
And they
and
take
it's
him out.
not a niggas, and they take him out, and there's other niggas that's not producing, that's letting these other teams catch up in the fourth quarter, and they do stupid shit, and then they try to put Cam in the game so he can play hero ball." That was a lot of the shit that was
Nah, that's a
going
fact.
on
That's a
for the
fact.
first half of the season. It wasn't that we was losing because Cam was putting up those points. It was the fact that when Cam got out, niggas couldn't control the lead. We couldn't control it. It was a lot of shit with coaching and also an injured roster. Half of the roster wasn't even playing. Cam was scoring, yes. A lot
This
of that
was
shit
Cam rookie
was
season, bro.
context.
If you want to
Right,
be a
but
hundred, bro,
Cal,
this Cam rookie
you
season,
can
bro.
use the Portland game as to where Cam Thomas was getting that in and out. You can use the Golden State game where Cam scored 41, but he didn't even get the play for the last shot of the game, and
That
Mikel missed a
Dallas
wide
game,
open
that
layup.
We
Dallas
smoked the
game,
You can
Clippers.
use the
We dropped 30 on the
you
Clippers.
that
right,
Dallas game
like
when
a
Luka
lot
went
of that
crazy.
shit is not on. We're not saying that what Cam doing is we know Cam is a good young player, but I'm just saying in terms of context, when we covered every game this
Nobody
season,
want to talk about
a
how
lot
his
of that
assists
shit
went up.
wasn't on Cam. A lot of that shit was Mikel doing dumb shit. It was Cam Johnson doing dumb shit.
Talk
Ben
about it.
out. Claxton wasn't doing enough shit.
Finley breaking shit. Let's not
Lonnie
forget him
wasn't
breaking
doing
that.
enough. Right. It was a lot of shit that add up to Cam sometimes carrying the team on his
I
back
don't
and
care.
us
Clax
having the
buns,
lead,
bro.
and niggas in the fourth quarter is not producing enough next to Cam. So the fact of the matter is, it wasn't on Cam that we lost most of these games this season. That's all I'm saying. I
Okay.
think it's
So
just niggas around him that
Not
gotta
even
give
that.
us
Real
time
quick, please
running.
hold on, real quick.
Would you give a
so you
rookie
saying
all the
Hold
backlash
on.
his
Just
first
because
year?
just for Breezy, it's for Breezy. Yo, Breezy, his Wally, your girl and all that. So I'm gonna answer in the chat. I didn't say Donovan Mitchell on our team doesn't make our team better. I said Donovan Mitchell on our team don't make us better than the top 4 East Conference teams that's in the East. So when you want to fact check me right. Let's talk about you saying you depleted the team for KD and we still had everybody on the team. So let's really talk facts when
he
we
said,
talk. Thank
he
you.
said,
Now y'all can continue.
hey Wally, get him,
Yo,
Wally.
he
He said,
wilding
check
right now,
who?
bro.
Check who? But real quick,
But yeah, I just wanted to
we
get
can't
context.
say
That's all.
we can't say that none of it goes on Cam. Everybody gets blamed, right?
Let me.
That's true.
Everybody.
Your rookie
To
year,
me,
bro. Come
when
Yeah,
on,
but
you're
how you
when
gonna say
son.
he's a
you're
rookie?
this not his rookie year.
Bro,
That was like his third year.
he was
Yo,
getting
Breeze, you a
3
grimy
6
nigga,
minutes,
bro.
bro. What are you talking about, bro?
I get what he's saying about rookie year. I get what he.
Come on,
It's
bro.
Hold on,
technically
let the
not
guy
his
Hell,
talk.
rookie
Let
year,
him
but
niggas
I
let
get
him
can't
what
talk.
he.
play
Let
I
him
and
get
they
what
talk.
he. I
winning,
get what he
dog.
mean.
Nah,
I
that's
get what he
fucked up,
mean. Like
P.
this was
No,
really,
but
to be
I
fair,
don't.
Priest, this
But
was his
I
Bro,
first
don't
year
do
you
getting
had
that
20
real
though,
points
bro.
in
burn.
20
And
something
this
a
is
game. Come on,
That's
man.
nasty, Priest.
let me be clear. I don't do that. I don't think Chet was a rookie this year because he spent a whole year with the NBA franchise
He would have
learning.
got
Look,
burned, though.
Who?
He's not a rookie technically, Priest. He's not.
And he
Chet
got
isn't a
burned. You
rookie.
heard? And
But
he
to
got
be
burned
real,
all
this was
year,
his
bro.
first. This
And
was
he
his
got
first
burned
Chet's
all
Priest, you
year.
first
watch
year
Cam
Cam Thomas.
playing.
Thomas
When you
never
see
got
him
a
play on the
chance
floor,
to.
Priest? When you see
Cam
him play on
But
the
Thomas.
floor?
listen, even Cam came out in the
God
post game
damn.
and was like,
Soon as
"Yeah,
I
this
say,
technically my
but
rookie
I
year."
was
see,
asking you a question. That's all I did. I asked you a
when
question.
everybody else is talking, I let them finish.
Bro, the comparisons to
When
minutes
everybody else is
is
talking,
different.
I let them finish.
But the
But go
comparisons
ahead.
to minutes is different, bro. You got to look
Y'all do
at it.
y'all thing.
If you getting all these
Priest, you
minutes
realize you've
and
been talking for like 45 minutes, though, right?
No, I haven't.
he
I
You just
was,
finished
bro. You
talking.
got
You
most of the
finished
every
English,
clips.
time
bro.
I start talking, y'all cut me
Bro,
off.
Priest, you went, then the other nigga went, then I was talking, and you started talking again, bro. That's exactly how it just went.
All right.
And all I'm telling you is you're not wrong, but if we're building a coach, why we get Donovan Mitchell for our young best star player? That's the only
For a
argument
nigga
me and
that
you
keep
have.
on getting knocked out in the first round.
Yeah,
Come
he
on,
never get
man.
nowhere, bro. I mean, Donovan Mitchell ain't nobody special, bro. There ain't nobody that's gonna move the needle. He like another Paul George. He
All
like a
right,
Brandon Ingram. He
all
ain't
right,
nobody. He never did shit
okay.
in the league.
All right, so can I say something real quick? He is somebody, but it takes a team to win. It doesn't take one player one player can move a team to a certain point. As look at Boston, they kept getting to the same spot every fucking year until they added other players. It takes a team. They had two of the best wings in the league and still couldn't win a championship until now. And a lot of things went wrong in the playoffs for other
Wow.
teams.
Why
I'm
though?
just chill. I'm gonna
Nah,
just
they
say
did,
that.
yeah.
But you gotta look at how that team. It took a whole team. Y'all focus on Dom and say he won't change nothing. He does change something, but you need other players
Nah, he
along
Yeah,
give
with
him
but you
the
him.
got to
same
trade
You
for
need
Donovan
scoring
Mitchell
as
free agent, bro. You got to
chill,
trade for him. So who you going to
chill,
trade to make the team
See what
work?
I'm saying?
chill,
Don't nobody get allowed to finish, but I can
I'm
chill.
talk.
asking him a question
Y'all
to his
got it.
thing, bro. What do you mean? We act. Why you keep jumping in like that, please? He just told us something. So I'm saying, who would you pair next to
He
Donovan Mitchell
wasn't
to make us a
finished
contender?
though, Gat.
He was finished. He said Donovan Mitchell. You wouldn't finish, bro.
No, hell no, I wasn't finished, but I'm good. I'm like priest now. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm
No,
good.
I'm asking you a question to your shit so I can know what you're saying because you're saying the whole team. So it takes more than just Donovan Mitchell. So who else you gonna get?
because you're gonna trade everybody for
Yeah, you
Donovan
got to trade
Mitchell.
for Donovan Mitchell. So I'm asking you, who's on the team with Donovan Mitchell that's gonna move the needle? Because you guys keep
All
saying
right,
Donovan Mitchell, but you're not telling me who's playing with him.
time out. All right,
You're
I'm gonna
gonna
clear
have to
this up.
trade
I'm
everything
gonna
for
clear this
Donovan
up
Mitchell.
real quick. I'm not talking about after. We talking about Donovan Mitchell himself.
Yeah.
Himself will make a difference, right? But it takes a team, so you're gonna have to build a team if you get him. That's where I'm getting after. It doesn't matter if you just say he's not gonna move the needle, he's not gonna do this. He is gonna move the needle. But what other pieces, like the question you're asking, are you gonna put around him so he can get past the second round?
You traded all of them for him.
You have to build a team and not say that he's not going to move the needle because he will move the needle by himself to a certain
Donovan.
extent.
That's
So
true.
I don't understand.
That's true.
I don't understand how
If
we're
you
gonna
trade
start
for
building a team
Donovan
around a
Mitchell,
guy
you're
that
gonna have to
everybody did
give
this
up
already
2 or
with.
3 players and draft picks, bro. That's the team right there.
Bro,
Not
Donovan
really.
Mitchell had two teams
What,
built around. The Utah Jazz was built around him, bro. Or am I bugging the fuck out?
bro? Do you see the
So
players over there?
if you
Do you
real
see how
quick,
they set up
if
with
you
Jared
trade
Allen,
CJ,
Evan Mobley? They got another All-Star over there. He wasn't an All-Star this year, but he was an All-Star the year before. They point guard. It's a reason why they've been to
Look,
the playoffs, bro. He was injured most of this year, for a long stretch this year,
they
and they
did not make
still
the
hold a
playoffs
good
before they
To be
record.
got
fair,
Donovan
to be
Mitchell.
fair though, them niggas went missing. They went missing in the Orlando series though. We gotta be fair. Them niggas was nowhere to
who?
be found.
Who?
They beat Orlando. What are
Uh,
you talking about?
Cleveland? Yeah,
on
they
The
beat
rest of
Donovan's
the
Cleveland.
roster.
behalf, not on. Yeah, the rest of the roster. On Donovan's behalf, it took Donovan 50 in Game 6 for them niggas to even get to Game 7.
And that's what he gonna have
Like
to do
it.
if we trade for him. He gonna have to score 50 every
And who
night.
gonna cover up his defense?
I think that's what they got. They still got McHale there
Yeah,
for
yeah. See,
because
yeah,
McHale.
see the Donovan Mitchell shit got me confused because it's like a 50% plan.
It's
Like,
a
all right, now
reason.
we got him. Now what we do?
When these teams make them trades and for them championship, is the reason why they don't
You
trade
know,
they
what I
good
think to answer
scorers.
your
They
question. You know
trade
what I
Marcus
think.
Smart for Drew Holiday. It's the
To-
little things that you do. You don't need to trade a potential player that can average 28 a game for another person that averaged
You
damn near the
know,
same thing.
but you know what I think. You know what I think. I think here's what I think. Right, to answer your question, I think, let's say hypothetically, let's say Donovan don't resign. Right, hypothetically, let's say we get him here.
We
Let's say
gonna
that
vote for him.
hypothetically he get him here. Right. I think 2025 they gonna look for a star to pair with him in that free agency. So they gonna bring him here, and whoever's in that 2025 free agency, depending on how the offseason go, they gonna pair. They gonna get that star, and then they gonna keep Mikel here, and Mikel gonna be the third option.
But
And
Mikel come
whoever,
up
and
for a
it's gonna
contract
be
and next
So then
year,
Mikel
basically.
contract gonna go. We gonna pay him a max now for being a third role player now.
Nobody
I
said
guess
he was
I
gonna
get.
get the
I don't
max,
think he's gonna get
and
the max. Yeah,
He
the
ain't
Bro, I'm
getting
just telling you,
100K
the whole
this
league
time.
is this, and you,
He ain't
McPreach, you
getting
just went on
100
the
mil.
rant
He
about
gonna get
Mikel
more
Bridges
than
20
100
minutes
mil
ago.
this
Now the
time.
whole league don't want him.
Nah, the league won Mikel.
Come on, you just said the whole league want him. Now, no, we don't know. Now, who gonna give him the extension now? Like, come on, bro. Now make your mind up. Is he good? Is he not good?
we can pay
yeah.
him more
Oh,
without
go ahead,
giving
please.
him a max contract. And the type of max a player can get is determined by them as well. He would have to be first team, or he has to be all NBA. He has to be
Not
all
gonna
those
happen.
Mhm.
things in order
Mhm.
to get into that echelon like a Jalen Brown and them get. So unless he reaches that point,
Nah, he ain't
his
getting that
contract will
300.
be capped at a certain point. Like Donovan
Right.
Mitchell can make the full max because he makes all those teams.
Right.
That's the whole part about it. And we still be able to pay him more
Yeah,
than
yo,
another
but if
team.
we go after him, bro, we gonna have to give up so much, bro.
But all I was
And
I
all
that's
I
think.
was saying
jeopardizing the
is
future right
all I
there.
was saying is if you because I believe if you trade like a CJ and I already kind of put the trade out there. CJ and freaking
Claxton.
who
Cam
was it?
Thomas.
Yeah. Say what you say.
DFS. I think Claxton or not Claxton. Cam Johnson, DFS, another player. I know y'all. I ain't even gonna say the dude name. I don't
Yeah,
got the
say
energy
it.
right now.
Cam Thomas. Go ahead, say it. Cam
A
Thomas.
couple
The
picks.
Cams, both the
Hold
Cams
on,
at
hold
once,
on,
bro.
hold on. A couple picks, and that'll get the deal done. Um,
So
I
trade our
think
future for Donovan Mitchell.
because and it's all because if he wants to come here, you won't have to give up as much if he wants to come here. That's it. It's all. This is all. This is all hyper. I don't know what's gonna happen because he can sign an extension tomorrow. I don't know.
Right. Right.
I hope
You
he
know what I'm
does,
It
bro.
saying?
it all
Let him
depends
figure
on if
that
he
there,
signed the
bro.
extension or not.
Word.
He's
And
gonna
If
make
he
it
But
don't
happen,
sign
my
bro.
the
thing is,
extension, expect him to be moved. That's all I'm saying,
but
and he'll
my
probably
but
come
my
to
thing
us.
is, if Cam, if let's say for realistically, let's say Cam ball out, but the team is doing decent by trade deadline, like we not asked like we was last year. If I'm Sean Marks, do you change your direction or do you still go star hunting? Because to
But the
me, it's
whole
like,
problem with that is if Donovan don't sign the extension, it's not gonna make it into the season. He's getting moved before the season starts because they're not even gonna
mm,
risk
yeah,
it
he already a free agent,
because
bro.
he already a free agent, and if he gets hurt, it drops his value. So you play him for a
He always
half a
get hurt though,
season.
Breezy. There's nothing we could do about that though, bro. He's always hurt, bro.
No, what
not
I'm
really.
saying is
Nah, in the
if
playoffs and
Donovan
shit, he
Mitchell,
always hurt,
I'm
bro.
just thinking about from Cleveland perspective. If
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell gets hurt, then that hurts his value on the trade market. The team can say, hell, he ain't even gonna play for us till next year. So we'll just make the money work. You know what I'm saying? That still
I
put
mean, he
Cleveland
got
in a
Yeah,
hurt
but
in
he
bad
the
just didn't play
position.
playoffs.
though,
Bro.
Breeze. This
He
just
got hurt
happened
in the
though.
playoffs.
Yeah, he just didn't play in the playoffs, nigga.
Who,
When they
hey,
needed
He
him
yo,
the
didn't
most.
play. That's
you
what
see
make me
what
think he not signing an extension.
what they name Adair in the comments? He
Yeah, I
said,
did. That's Spider not coming here. He wants to resign. He also wants Garland moved. Garland will want out if Spider is staying.
I definitely don't want no fucking Garland, bro. Please,
he not
God,
I ain't
no.
trash,
heard.
bro.
I haven't heard.
Don't
I haven't
yo,
heard
bro.
anything about Donovan Mitchell signing an extension. I haven't heard
Nah,
anything
but I
about
ain't
that.
gonna lie.
Yeah, me
I think his
neither.
fans feel
I
like
ain't
he's
gonna
getting
hold you.
comfortable on there. I ain't gonna lie. I heard that
And I've been all
twerking
over.
on.
I've been all over X. I've been all over the what is that Bleacher Report? All over all these things. I haven't heard anything
What it
about
is,
Spider
bro.
Stan.
What it is they're trying to figure out what pieces, if he does stay, to move, right? But for him, because they was trying to get rid of Jared Allen, and he said he didn't want Jared Allen to leave. And just like the comment said, DG, if he stays, DG want out. So you know what I mean? Like they trying to keep those teams together, but players don't want to stay if Donovan is there. So you know what I mean? Like that's why he's not signed yet, because they trying to figure that shit out, and it may not work out for him to even stay. DG might just stay, and he'd be like, I'm out. So it could work either way.
Yeah,
I think he might go to
Well, who the
Miami
hell
more
called
so
Anthony
coming to
Davis to even act
Brooklyn.
like that? His shitty ass.
I
Who
don't
the
think
hell
he going to Miami. Miami's still trying to figure out Jimmy Butler. So I don't think he going to Miami. Because what's the point of him going there if they move Jimmy Butler?
Boy, don't let
You think
Carlos
they
you talk
moving
like
on
that.
Jimmy this year or next year?
It would be this year. Jimmy wants $60 million.
See,
Yeah.
this why I
$60
left
Yo,
earlier,
million?
man.
That's how much he want?
That's
Jimmy
wild.
wants
yo,
60 million.
hold on, y'all.
This
Hold on,
nigga
y'all.
crazy.
Shout to Jay. Shout to 8 people on the panel. Let me just try to, again, I only got one woman audience, so please let's try to increase Big Fan Breezy woman audience. Let Wally get her. Know what I mean, let her. I want to hear her rebuttal some of the stuff that y'all said.
Yeah, get him, Wally.
Okay. So first of all, I just want to say, look, I only left getting kind of hectic. I couldn't really hear what everybody was saying. But Gat, I'm not even gonna address you on some disrespectful shit. When I come
Why
up
would
here,
you disrespect me though? I disrespected you.
right? When I come up
Okay.
here,
What happened? What I miss?
when I
I
come
know
up
she said
here,
she's not gonna disrespect me. I'm trying to figure out why she want to disrespect me.
because I'm a grown ass woman,
What
you
happened?
cannot
What
check
happened? What
me.
happened?
I don't
I'm a
know.
grown ass woman. You cannot check me. But
Check you. I
again, like
said you
I
was
said,
wrong. I didn't say check you. I said you was wrong. Fact checking you
no,
and
you
checking you is two
said
different things.
check. You said
Fact
check.
check
Fact
you. You
check.
was wrong. When you were wrong, you were
Oh,
wrong.
okay. So okay.
If
So the
that's the thing,
context,
if you
the
with me,
Well,
context
it's
is
okay.
fact
We
check.
all wrong
be
sometimes. It's okay.
right.
All
See,
right,
that's the thing. That's what
let's
I'm
take it
telling
down a
you.
notch. Let's take it down a notch. Let's take it down a notch. I think basically it's about checking and fact checking. So fact check basically got. I think that's what he meant to say, but he didn't say that. He said check. So that's again the whole. We are grown. We all grown here. Let's be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Nobody checking nobody. We discussing it or debating it. You feel what I mean? But again, not to be long winded, but it is an important matter. I do want to hear more because I did miss. I stepped away from what I'm saying, the stream, and I apologize because I definitely would have stepped in and moderated. That's what moderators do. But go ahead, Wally. You got the floor.
I just wanted to say, when I come up here, I respect everybody, and it's not even just because I'm a woman in a room full of men. If I'm wrong, you guys can tell me that I'm wrong. You don't have to get up here and be disrespectful. That's literally all I wanted to say.
Yeah, what somebody said.
Well, I was listening, and he's like, "Oh, sometimes y'all need to check Warley because she be wrong." If you disagree with me, get up here and you disagree with me like a man. You don't act like a bitch.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Don't play with me. All right, that's all I wanted to say. You
And
guys,
it's like that, and that's the way it is.
you guys
Oh
can
man.
talk about it. I agree
Now,
with what Priest and Iceman was saying, so you guys can continue. I'm gonna go back to a listener. Bye, y'all.
All right,
shout out
Man,
to Wally, but again,
that,
I'm glad she gave us clarity to how she felt opposed to holding that in. This is what this podcast is about. Again, like I said, as the moderator, I want us to agree. I want us to disagree. But in those blurred lines, the clarity is within respect. As long as we able to articulate what we thinking and feeling, we can articulate that with words respectfully. If we could do that, it'd be a good podcast. If not, Big Fan Breezy ain't gonna have no women audience ever in life. So
hey,
please, if
we
y'all
want
want
you.
to see,
We want you to have all the women, Big Brand Breezy. You know what I'm saying?
no,
yo,
I
y'all
ain't say I
niggas
need
left.
all of. I'm not saying I need all the women. I'm just saying that 100% of my audience is women, and I mean men. So it'd be nice to, if you know what I mean, women felt comfortable talking sports with us. That's all.
But yo,
I try to be
the,
inclusive. You know what I'm saying? That's me personally. You know.
The reason why I jumped off the podcast earlier because I was doing something anyway, but everybody just
So
talking
that's what
about
we
all
doing
this
now, Breezy?
hypothetical.
She come up here and call me a bitch and shit.
All of this
That's respect, right?
hypothetical.
That's okay though, right?
If was
All
a
right.
spliff,
Nah,
I need how you
that's
gonna
Nah,
not
it's
manage
good.
okay.
Nah, it's
That's
good.
not okay.
We good. It's good. I ain't call that girl
Hold
none
on,
of her
Bro,
name.
hold on.
She was
hold
wrong,
on.
and she come in and call me a bitch. And y'all niggas is
Bro,
like,
hold
oh
Nah,
on.
yeah,
she
it's all
didn't.
right.
She didn't.
But
She
I call
didn't
her a
say.
bitch.
She
I
didn't
move
call
on
you a
though,
bitch,
right? Then I'll be grimy if I start disrespecting that
bro.
bitch, right?
Bro,
Nah, you
hold on.
didn't. Nah,
She ain't say that.
yo, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
No,
on, hold on, hold on,
I
hold on,
didn't
hold on.
think she called him
Listen,
outside his
yeah,
name.
nah, no, listen, Gat, you
Yeah.
coming up here and
She ain't
you
call
know
you a
what I
bitch.
mean?
She
You
said act like a bitch, bro. She ain't call you.
right, which is a main difference, bro. You came in hot again. I like your content,
Bro
Gat, but
came in
again, like I said,
flaming
I
hot
got
Cheetos. You heard?
word, like you flaming hot, bro. Like you ain't gotta do that. You could, you still gonna have the floor,
Bro came in
regardless
like
of
a
what you
bag
say.
of
We gonna,
Takis. You heard?
yo, again, just for clarity, nobody called you a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody called you a bitch. And I wouldn't condone anybody being called a bitch. You don't hear the host saying it. So respectfully, I don't want nobody to think that it should be a comfortable thing to call other people bitches because y'all don't hear the host calling nobody a bitch. If y'all would have
Yeah,
heard me just letting the word fly around calling anybody that, then yeah, respectfully do whatever. But if y'all don't hear me doing that, I'm just saying follow suit. You feel what I
me
mean?
and
I
Leaf
think that I'm
disagree
over.
all the time, and we don't get disrespectful with one another.
Yeah. Like we disagree on most of the shit, but we don't be out here calling niggas out their names. Like that's actually insane.
Like extended family on the podcast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
You hear how much we disagree about Cam Thomas? Everybody just talking talk to. All right, we got different opinions. It is what it is.
I
Like
think yeah, it get a little bit wild. It's like, dang, if this podcast was a conversation in the park, it'd have been fist on. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think if it was
if
a
we
conversation
if
in the
we was in
park, niggas would be more
hey
respectful.
Jay, if we was in the barber shop, niggas would be throwing clippers at each other. This shit
Bro,
crazy.
bro,
yeah.
I disagree. I feel like if it was in the park, some niggas would be more respectful. Niggas is more respectful when they're in front of you.
Oh, that's big
Yeah,
facts.
that's true.
That's
That's true.
that's
On
big
the
facts.
internet, niggas get up here, start yelling at niggas, calling niggas names, all sorts of
Yeah,
shit,
because
cussing
in
out
person
niggas.
you more liable to get punched in the face. That's why.
Get mopped up.
That's why they. That's why they disrespectful. But to your point, yeah,
I feel
like
like
Jay,
it is
that's
what
look,
it
facts
is.
right there, Jay. That's
looking
facts.
a man in
Yeah.
the eyes and talking to him is different than just yelling over the internet. You know what I mean?
Right. But I just
But
think it's a matter of different opinion. Everybody gonna have different opinions on here. There's no need to call everybody out their name or
Bro
use
started
disrespectful
wilding. If we
shit.
was in the park, her brother would have been there like 20
uh,
minutes. I'm calling Big Bro. She ain't playing about that.
yo, you
But
stupid.
yeah, I think we was having a good conversation whenever people could
Good
get their points off.
conversation, man.
Nah, it was
Yo,
good,
hold
bro. It
on.
was good.
Let me
Oh,
say
can
this.
I finish what I was saying
Hold
before
on.
Gat came in?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
Jay.
Of course.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go
I
ahead,
just
Jay. Go ahead.
it's just the fact that I feel like, and I understand, yo, it's the off season. What else we gonna talk about? But god damn, we ain't hear shit about Donovan Mitchell saying he wanted to leave for real, and we spent 2 hours talking about it just to come back to the
That's a
fact that
fact.
yo, we ain't fucking. He would get Garland going. He would have stayed there.
Man,
Like
get
we
Clax
don't
the
know
fuck
if
out of
he
here,
was
man.
fine. That's all I'm saying. We just don't
That's
know
a
what this
fact.
dude's doing. We be
Got it.
Yeah,
You
we
speculating,
ain't
don't
want
know.
Clax
We
and we
don't
gone?
know.
can't base it. We can't
Hey
base
yo,
our future on a nigga we don't
hey yo,
even know
I ain't
that's
gonna
coming.
lie. I wanted Clax going the year that they benched him for DeAndre Jordan. I felt like DeAndre Jordan still was better than that nigga at the time, bro.
Who?
I ain't
You talking
That's
about
a come
Claxton?
on,
You
bro.
talking about Claxton?
Nah,
I ain't
that's
gonna
Clax
hold
not.
you,
was
That's
bro.
not
Like it's
true.
something about him. Like
Clax was just coming off of
yo,
an
it's something
injury, right?
about
Damn, bro.
yo, it's something about skinny centers that I think it just don't. It ain't for the NBA, bro. You
Bam
ain't.
skinny.
Hey yo, Bam is not a real center, bro. And he got more attributes to his game, bro. He can move around, like he can shoot the three. He could beat you off the handle. Clax got that booty ass spinning hook shot, and it's over with, bro.
But you understand that Bam been in the league way longer than
No,
Clax,
I'm
and
not
he
talking about.
just
I'm talking
started
about the
shooting
way.
threes this year.
Nah, Bam been shooting threes, bro. I'm
That's
not
not true.
talking
Let
about
me pull it
all
up. I
bro.
like to
Bam been
have the
shooting threes,
information.
bro. This is not his
I
first
like
year
to
just
have the
shooting threes, bro.
information, baby.
Let's go to the stats. The
Bam,
stats are the truth. We ain't gotta do this.
yeah,
But
Bam is capable of shooting threes, but Bam for
This
the
is the most
majority of his
threes he
career,
shot. Hold on, real quick. This is the most threes he shot in his career, and he averaged 0.6 per game.
right?
Bro,
His money is in the mid range. He can shoot the
Yeah, the
three, but they
midi,
let
the
him shoot
Clax
the
midi
can't
mid. The
get
is.
you in
midi
that
is where
either.
he. That's true.
It's a difference. I'm not, and
Bam
he
developed different, yo. Bam, Miami does a better job of developing players. We got to be real
Right.
about that.
not. I
That's
Miami
just
true.
does a
it's
much
not. I'm
better
just
job
talking
of
about the
developing
skill.
players.
I don't think Clax would be good with dribbling the ball, beating niggas off
Clax
the
can dribble.
bro. He ain't beating you off the dribble a lot, bro. Bam can beat you off the dribble here and there. Like
You know the one thing I don't like, and this ain't got nothing to do with what you're saying. When Clax was at Georgia, all these skills that y'all are talking about, he don't got. He displayed all them skills.
That's a
I
fact.
think
That's a fact.
I think Jock Vaughn hurt his growth by trying to limit him.
Facts.
That's a fact.
all you
That's a
gotta do is
fact.
pluck his ass though. He ain't going on.
Facts.
He too little, bro. I don't care about none of that fucking slowing development. If you can't
I mean,
bang
he's
down
6'11".
bro, he's too skinny, bro. He can't bang down there with the best, bro.
Yo,
When it comes
Giannis
to
was
hold on,
skinny when he
hold
first came
on,
to the
hold on,
league, bro.
That's facts.
hold on, Dame. Dame, they got a question. Adar SL questioning you. He like, all right, so if you saying Nick is out there, who you replacing Claxton with then?
with
But
Day'Ron
Zach
Sharp,
KD.
nigga, he give you a little bit more better
Nah,
rebounds, and
Davon
he can
still
give you.
gotta develop, bro. He's way behind
What
than
you
Claxton.
mean? He already
I
did,
was I
bro.
was
He's
with
Not
you.
top
for
I'm not
three,
gonna lie, cause
bro. He
not
was
for long
I
top
was
spurts,
three
bro.
in rebounds this year, bro.
Hold on. Even if y'all
I
want
was
to,
with
let him
you,
say
but
why
they made up
Day'Ron
a good
Sharp, and then
point.
we're gonna go around the panel.
All right.
Go ahead,
So
Dame. Say why
Davon
Day'Ron
Sharp,
Sharp, and then we're gonna go around the panel.
okay, so Davon Sharp does good in spurts. If you watch the Brooklyn Nets game, when he plays
Not,
long around the middle,
not you,
his,
Isaac.
his
Day'Ron, not you. Dame. Let Dame go first. He the one who said it.
No, only
Then
reason why I
Isaac.
say, look, if you trade, well, y'all said Clax could just walk. You feel me? If he come back, that means we giving him 25. You feel me, or better. He's not worth that, bro. 11. He only give you 11, probably 8 and 11 every game, bro. Like, come on, be serious. You don't think Day'Ron could give you motherfucking 10 and 15? He was doing
Mm.
that. He giving us 13,
You
14.
think Dayron
yo,
is
I'm
capable of a
telling you right
starting
now,
role?
And Jay,
yo,
I know you know this because you was the biggest one on Day'Ron. I wanted to trade the nigga, bro.
but the
I
thing
think
is, the first four, Davon be fouling a lot, so he won't be able to last long. He still got to develop some. If Claxton leave, I'm not saying I do
I'll
agree
go
that
get
Claxton offense
Valanciunas
got to
over
improve.
Claxton
But
ass.
hold on, bro, hold on. Let me just say my point. My thing is, if Claxton leave, we gotta fill that, bro. We definitely gotta. He was our defensive anchor for sure. I'm telling you, gonna be felt if Claxton leave. I do agree that Claxton got a lot of improvement to do, but what he does in the defensive end, we not gonna find that, bro. I'm telling you that.
You know who he good sticking? The Luka niggas like that, but he ain't good at sticking his position, bro.
No,
You think they?
He's
that's
a
not
highly
true, bro.
switchable. He's a highly switchable big in a heavy switch league. So I think when they ask you who you replace him with, that skill set, because he's stronger than what's the guy? Damn, he's stronger than Chet. I know Chet can shoot the three, but Oklahoma City gives him a lot more freedom to do those things. And we gotta be. I've seen people improve their skills. I mean, we not giving him
Chat crossing
time.
niggas up, bro. Chat is a different beast, bro. We can't
Who
do
is
this,
Chet
bro.
crossing people up? When did
Bro,
he do
Chat
that?
out there playing like KD, bro, putting it behind his back, doing all types of crazy shit.
Shaq can't put the ball on the floor though.
What are you talking about? He really nice with it. Nice.
Guarded by Luka, bro. Luka guarded him, bro. We're not talking about that. So I mean, he was ineffective
Chat's
in that
still
series.
nice though.
Yeah, I
I
do
think
agree that he's still.
if you said that our coaches haven't done, and everybody has said our coaches have not done a good job of developing talent. That's the key thing with Cam Thomas, right?
the development has not been good. And you saying that we have a development staff in here now with
Oh no,
Jordy
I
and
never said
Juwan
Cam Thomas.
Howard. With
Oh, let me
Jordy and
let you
Juwan
talk.
Howard,
Let me
it
let
might
you
not
talk.
have been. It might not have been you, but a lot of people have said it on the panel.
No, I
The
think
coach
that's a
have
great
not.
development going from 6 points to 22 a game. That's crazy right there.
Yeah,
What?
but
11.3 damn near to the 22.
Oh,
yeah,
he was
but
going up.
nah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
they
right.
have not been
No.
developing Cam right or
Okay.
utilizing him right. And last year, you just got a glimpse of what he could have been already doing for the team.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
basically, what I was saying is, if they haven't done a good job of developing him, they've kind of pigeonholed Claxton to be around the basket, right? Because if Claxton was allowed to do the things that he did in Georgia, him and Ben could have been on the floor together. But they
Right.
couldn't because of the position that they was making Claxton do offensively. So I think me personally, I ain't gonna tell nobody else what to do. I'm gonna give Claxton some grace because I believe that he has grown in the role that they've asked him to be in, specifically because players train towards what they're going to be doing in the season. I'm not going to be shooting half court shots if I know that I'm gonna be on the in the dunker spot. I ain't never gonna be in the position to shoot that shot.
Let me ask you this
So
though, bro. What's the bet Hartenstein? What he averaged? What he scored? Wasn't he like top 3 in rebounds? Right.
hold on.
From the Knicks, the nigga was like he was one of
No,
the
Clax
leaders.
averaged more rebounds than him. He averaged 8 points and 8 rebounds.
And right, and Clax, how much he had? Two more than him, right?
Clax averaged 12 and 10.
12 and 10. That ain't nothing, bro.
It's
That's
better.
good
You
when
was
you're
about to
not
big
getting
up
the ball.
and it's better than that.
No, it's not, bro. It's the same shit. He getting 2 points more than the nigga, bro.
4 points
He's
more.
that's
4
And
points
still
he's
more and 2
backup.
more
That's
rebounds.
backup center numbers. That's all I'm trying to say, bro. He's
Oh,
not. He's
okay.
I
All right.
don't think. I think they
Bro,
attack.
that's all
I
I'm trying
think
to
they
say.
attack what we've been doing. If we've been attacking the center position as a committee, so they've been looking to get certain numbers from Dayron and Clax combined, kind of around 20 and 20. They've
All
been
right.
getting from them two players combined. So they've been getting their shooting from the perimeter with CJ, DFS, Cam, Mikhail. I mean, even Lonnie Walker was getting more shots than Nick Claxton. So
Right.
you can't honestly say that Nick Claxton ain't been doing something when he's shooting. When he led the league in field goal percentage last year, the year before this one that just passed, and this year he shot 63% from the field. So
Yo,
regardless
field
of where
goal,
he's getting them points from, he wasn't getting as many opportunities. He only took 8 shots a game last year. That
bro. If you
wasn't
just
because
right
of
there
him not
dunking all
wanting to
day,
shoot.
motherfucking what's his name? DeAndre Jordan, the same nigga that did the same shit, averaged 8 to 10 points, 11 or 12 points, and was best at field goal percentage for years, bro. My whole thing is, do you honestly think Claxton will push the needle as a elite center? You paying him $25 million a year. That
All right.
brings us all the way back.
Let me ask
Zion.
you this question:
Chill,
would you rather play Claxton $25 million a year or Cam Johnson?
Hell no, I'm not giving Cam Johnson that shit. They should have never gave
Okay.
him his contract.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, that's a
I think people are
Claxton.
confused.
That nigga was worth like 60 to 70 mil, bro. That's it.
I
Facts.
think
We agree on
people,
that. Facts.
I think people are looking at the center position as a scoring position. Claxton is not a scoring center. Dayron is not a scoring center either. That means whatever touches they get, they gotta make the best of the touches, right? And Dayron is the better rebounder, right? But
Nah,
Claxton,
Dayron got more moves than Clax down there. I done seen games with Dayron
no,
doing spins on niggas, all
the
types
same.
of.
It's the same shit. They do the same exact. They do
No,
the
they
The
same
don't.
thing
exact.
is
No, they
with
don't. No, they
Sharp
don't.
though.
No,
I
they
want to say
don't.
something about Sharp before you continue. I think Sharp got it. Look like Sharp does have an upside than Clax, but the problem is with Sharp, his IQ is way too low, bro. To start, I'm telling you,
See,
he's not. It's IQ.
all right, chill. All right, I'm gonna explain this
It's
easy
Tell
because
niggas
that's
Please
not even
explain
true. That's not even true. Dayron
because
has
he
the better
fouls, bro.
IQ
Sharp
as
fouls
far.
out every bro.
Chill. Clax, Dayron has the better IQ for passing. If you watch how Dayron IQ is for the offensive passing, It is much better than Nick Claxton, right? So he has the upper hand on the IQ. In the post, they do the same exact fucking moves. Either they're gonna blow by you from the free throw line, or they're gonna do a spin move and a hook shot, or they're gonna get a putback or a rebound. They both do the same exact shit. Exactly the
No,
same. Now,
but
Claxton,
It's more.
the
I
only
think
reason,
I
hold
think
on, the
Dayron
only
got
reason
more
why I
of
say
a.
Dayron got a lower IQ when it goes to playing his defense, bro. He fouls
but
way too
I
much.
agree
You
with
know
that.
that.
I could agree with that.
I'm gonna get there. I'm,
He do
I'm,
get fouled out a lot.
I'm gonna get there because that's what I'm about to say. When you say get rid of Claxton,
That's
you're not going to
IQ
get
right
the
there
same.
to know
You
when
not,
to. Yo,
and that's because he can't guard perimeter guys and he's slower than Claxton. So when you say you can just put start Dayron, you're not going to get the same thing because he's going to get fouled out and he's going to get switched on because he's not as fast as Claxton. So Claxton makes a big difference when you could send him on the perimeter and you can't.
I
Dayron
think
No,
is
he's a
Sharp
better
is no. I don't
he's
think.
a
I
better
think Claxton is
defensive
faster
player.
than Sharp, but Sharp is pretty fast on his feet too. I just think it's like sometimes you gotta. They even told them. Aldridge even told them like, bro, you need to learn how to play better defense. Like his, he
Yeah,
just. I think it's
the
IQ more
defense
than
is a
anything because
different margin. Like,
you gotta know when to foul, when not to foul. I think Sharp got a big upside, but his IQ, his defense IQ, you gotta know when to foul and not to foul. And he still haven't figured that out yet. Like
A
I
lot
don't
of
think
a lot of
he's slow on his
Sharp's
feet.
deficiencies,
Bad
if you
screen.
want to call it that, can be worked on easily. I think the thing is with Dayron has the size that everybody wants Claxton to have. The only
That's a
difference
good
is
point.
Claxton is damn near 6'11", and Dayron's like what 6'9" at best,
hell no, he's
6'10".
6'10".
Yes.
6'9".
So 6'9", 6'9", 6'10", whatever. This is still fucking tall. The fact of the
6'9" is
point of the
LeBron
fact of the
James height.
matter is, yes, but he plays. Dayron does play big to some extent. He 6'9", 260. I don't think he's incapable
Bro,
of
he the reason why we was
playing.
top in rebounds because Claxton got injured and he was holding
Right,
that
but
shit
what I'm
down.
saying is, I don't think he's incapable of playing the center position. It's just wild to me that these niggas will look at Dayron as a trade piece when how much you expecting the nigga to develop and grow when the nigga playing 15 minutes? If you just think of him as a reserve, you got to give the nigga burn to see what he actually could do. I think he has more of a skill set than Clax. I just think he hasn't been able to do certain shit. And I think they need to let the reins off to somebody's point. Horty allows they bigs to be more versatile. I think next year they gotta allow Davon, if Claxton don't resign
Oh,
and we keep Davon to be more versatile, see what he can do more on the offensive end.
going to
Yeah,
ask
And
you a question.
LM, I think you made a great point, LM, because the problem is with Sharp, he don't got no playing time. That's why he don't know when not to foul, when to. You know, you got to figure things out. Like Cam Thomas figuring out. Y'all saw how bad he was on the double team
He,
in the
he,
beginning of the year, and into the end of the year. Cam Thomas is beating the double team or
nah, see,
blitz. You know, so
Dayron was actually getting playing time, but he couldn't stay on the floor. That's why he kept going back to the G League, right? So he had to learn down in the G League how to not foul
not
because that
this
was his
year.
problem. No, I'm not saying this year. I'm saying regardless of his playing time, it's because of him. He couldn't stay
so
on the
we get
NBA floor,
so
right?
we
He
gave
couldn't.
so
Nah,
we gave
you gotta remember he was behind a long line of centers too.
When
yes,
he
he was
got
behind a
his
long
pick,
line.
when
He
he
didn't
got
get
his
no grace. He
nah,
didn't
nah,
get
nah,
no
nah.
grace. Just like
When
hold on,
he
just like
got his
for
when he got his chance, bro, he was fouling, and he still fouls now. So he fouls less and not as quick, but he's still fouling. So
That's
that's
because
what I'm trying to tell you. That's what
they
I'm
make
trying to
him
tell
come
you.
in the game just for a certain thing. Now you ain't hear
thank
him
you.
say
I
last
agree
time.
with
He
dude.
was
I
like,
agree,
"Yo,"
bro. You're right.
Clark said, Dayron said, "Yo, he said no matter how many minutes they give me, whether it's 5, whether it's 15, he said I just go in to go grab a rebound and score as many points I could score because I don't know when I'm getting back in. This shit
You're
the
right.
players,
Right.
this the
Right.
shit the
That's
He's right.
true.
I
players be
agree with you,
saying,
bro.
bro.
You're right.
Bro,
Facts.
there's no way, right?
And,
He could get
Did
and
y'all
then
see?
the reason why I
Y'all
agree
seen
with
the
you, bro, I
breaking
want to say
news?
one thing. I want to
One
say
mic, yeah,
Breaking
one
news.
mic, one mic.
what
Somebody
You
say
said
JJ
what
breaking
Redick?
JJ
news.
Redick said, Jay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
LeBron
we
got
already did
JJ
that.
Redick hired.
Yeah. Priest already said that a couple
Oh,
minutes
my
What he
ago.
said?
fault.
I
What?
was
What
like,
happened?
Go downstairs, yo. Come on.
JJ
I
JJ
Redick
said
was
Redick is the
hired.
Lakers head coach.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lakers
I
head
cool.
coach.
been said that.
Shout
Breaking
to
news.
Jay for the breaking news, but We don't care. But shout out to Jay for the breaking news. He just
Yo,
good at
man,
what he
niggas
do.
be acting like LeBron not lay GM, lay owner, lay all that. He get shit done. And now they about to draft Bronny, just like I told y'all.
Listen. Let me tell y'all this. He went from a podcaster with no assistant coach experience. I'm not impressed. I like to see that they walk the path, not let GM come in and give you a head coaching job. Like, no, I ain't with it.
Maybe I should go get a head coaching job then. You know
You
what
gotta
I'm
be
saying?
friends with
I
LeBron
be on
first.
all
I
the
mean,
podcasts.
Priest podcasts all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
If you
Yeah,
could
I
go from
mean,
Ask him,
it
podcast
maybe
to
I
is.
could
head
go get
coach,
me one.
I need to put my application in LinkedIn, man.
Yo,
I
that's
need
why
to
they
put my
say
application in LinkedIn, man.
it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know.
Facts, Jay.
Right.
Yo,
But
I
for
wanted
it
to make
to
go ahead, go ahead.
the thing that I feel about Dayron is that I feel like he has more upside than Clax. I just think the idea of Dayron's deficiencies in terms of the perimeter, I think lateral movement can be easily worked on for Dayron because while he may not be
But
the
it's hard.
perimeter defender that Claxton is, he's not exactly a cone. He's to someone said on earlier, he does move his feet pretty quickly. It's just to Iceman's point, it's the foul trouble and him not being able
It's the
to get out of
IQ.
foul trouble the IQ on the defensive end is the issue. But everywhere else, in terms of Iceman said, his passing IQ, his offensive IQ is really not bad. It's actually really good. It's just he
Well,
gets 15 minutes per game. How much are you expecting him to develop if you not gonna at least give him more burn?
if it,
That's just my
out of our current free agent, I'm just curious, who do y'all think we should bring back out of our current free agents?
Lonnie,
Trending
Trendon
Watford.
Watford. Trendon
Lonnie,
Watford.
Lonnie Walker, Kyle
Lonnie
Walker.
too. I think Trendon
Nah,
and
I'm on
Lonnie.
the
I
fence.
think we
I'm
should
on
bring
the
back.
fence about Lonnie Walker. I don't know.
We need someone to score off the bench.
Yeah, I do believe that. I agree with that. But his health, he played 58 games, but again, a lot of those games he played and he was lazy. I won't say lazy. He played hurt, and by playing hurt, he was taking 3-pointers, and it was nasty work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like. I like when he's 100% healthy, but we didn't see a lot of 100% healthy lining through the season, and that's the same for a lot of players. But to ask me to beat the record without a long soliloquy, I'm gonna say no. He young. He gonna probably want a big contract or a bigger contract than we gonna offer him. So I'm gonna say no. Yes to Trendon Watford. No to Lonnie Walker.
That's fair.
I'm
Hey,
still with Lonnie.
Walford, man.
I'm
Yeah,
on Trendon though. I think Trendon should definitely be him and
It's like
Cam work really well alongside each
Okay,
other.
okay.
yeah, I
So
like watching them hoop
these are the
together.
names that are free agent. We got Nick Claxton, DSJ, Dennis Smith Jr., Lonnie Walker, Trendon Warford, Keon Johnson, and Jacob Gilliard. I don't know who that is.
those
Yeah,
two
we
last
not
ones are G League.
Keon Johnson and Gilliard. I don't think coming back
They in the
realistically.
G League.
Yeah, so
They might come back
they
in
too
the day in the
small.
G League.
I think Gilliard is like 5'8".
He a
So I
problem.
mean,
He a
he
problem at
is
5'8".
he is he fast as hell, but um. I don't know if they gonna make him if he gonna be coming up in the G League every now and then and be part of the permanent rotation, but he could probably be an asset. I think we could use him in like from the moment the burn I've seen him do, he wasn't that half bad. Uh Keon Johnson, we ain't really seen him play like that, so I mean
Not in
I
the
don't know what you want to
not in the NBA, but in the G League, he was causing problems. He was
right.
causing
I think
problems in the G League.
Derek, barring
Keon
injury,
Johnson
from what
got
I've seen
money
of
too.
Derek in the G League, Derek look like he can be a problem. Like I
What
think he's
about
gonna help out.
what about Bruce Brown? He's a free agent. He was with us.
I
Oh,
like
he
Bruce.
got a
I
club
don't know why
option. Never
I don't
mind.
know why we let go of him.
Never
He was a
mind.
really
He
good.
got a club option, so Toronto can bring him back
Yeah.
for 23 mil.
Yeah,
I
I think
like
he's
Bruce
coming
over
back
Schroeder.
crazy.
You say you like
He's
Schroeder?
still
I said
Schroeder
I
here
like Bruce
another
over
year.
Schroeder.
Oh,
I think Schroeder's still here. I don't think he a free agent though.
He got
Markel
Because
one
if
Fultz
we
one
is
more
had to
year.
pick between those two,
Markel Fultz
I
is a
like Boots
free
over
agent,
Schroeder.
and Gary Trent Jr.
Markel Fultz here. I don't know if I think Orlando lets him walk. I don't know if Orlando keeps Markel. They might let him walk.
You got
But
Ty Jones, who's a free agent. Gary
Hold
Harris
on,
from
hold on,
Alabama.
hold on, hold on. I want to slow down with Big Priest. That's who I would get a contract to, Gary Trent Jr. I wouldn't give it to Lonnie Walker, and it's because of Gary Trent Jr. I'll look at the stats contrasted to make it seem, you know what I mean? Because I don't watch a lot of his games. But from what I'm hearing and what I've seen, yeah, I would give him the contract over Lonnie Walker. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
But he, he'll cost more than Lonnie Walker because he made 17 million this past year.
that is true. He will cost
But
more.
17 mil? Yeah, that's a
as
lot.
far as I'm concerned, I like Gary Trent too. But if he ain't coming for like 12 or 10,
Forget about it. Forget about it. But yeah, Gary Trent nice. He nice. He nice.
Right. I just think we already got the
especially he
scoring
can come
down with
in
Cam
and
in the
he
lineup.
can come in and average 17 off your bench right away consistently.
Right.
He's good enough to do that. Gary Trent Jr. is, and he can start
Right.
for you.
We already, but I agree with Iceman about Lonnie because we don't know how Derek is going to come back and turn out. And realistically, besides Cam Thomas in the starting lineup, we don't have nobody on our bench realistically that puts up buckets when Cam gets out. So
We
we need
need
some at least
that's
somebody that can
right now our number one
perform.
need until we kind of see what the team is going to do, and I'm gonna just go with what I would do. Our number one need, as far as I'm concerned, is getting a point guard, whether it's in the draft or otherwise.
I
I even
agree.
like a guy like Tyus Jones coming here. Because you remember when Ja got hurt in them 20 games, it was like 17-3
Hmm.
a couple years back before he went to Washington.
Yeah, he was running point for them. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Priest. You sold me on Collier. He if
I
he
like
come here, he
Isaiah
will be a
Kyer.
huge help. He would be
He
a
I like
very if
Isaiah
we can get
Kyer.
DFS for him,
he is
he would be a very huge help.
Drew Holiday like. I see Drew Holiday when I look at him.
Except
To
he got to
I do
develop that
too.
3-pointer, and I believe he
Right,
will
right.
because it's there. He got a nice jumper. It's there. He shot 33% at USC. So if you get, because you got to think about it, Lonzo Ball was booty shooting the ball when he first came in the league.
Yeah, they
And
changed
before
his
he got
form.
hurt, he was at 40% from three.
Yeah, they changed his
Right.
form, helped him change his form up, and got it right.
Hmm
And he started. He started.
And
Yeah,
he's physically built. Like for 6'5", he's really built.
Man, that kid
Like
right there is a bulldog. He'll pick you up
that's somebody
94
we can
feet,
use. If you're gonna keep
athleticism.
Cam, you could put him in the backcourt with Cam Thomas. I think they could.
Because Cam shouldn't be, whether we keep him or let him go, and this is just talking about keeping him. Cam should not be running point. He shouldn't be. You need a guy to run point so that and then you can again develop him more. Because now I'm gonna develop my off ball skills. I'm gonna get off some pin downs and get some easy looks. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So if you get you a point guard in there that can run the show, people keep talking about Schroeder. Schroeder is more of a scoring guard than an actual facilitator.
fact. And that's why.
And Schroeder is not good on defense. People was trying to tell me he was good on defense. Schroeder is not like
No,
that on defense.
he give
I
effort.
think he got hard on defense, but
Yeah,
I don't
he give
necessarily
effort.
think he.
He give effort,
Yeah,
but
he
he
got
too
hard on
small.
effort, but yeah,
He too small.
compared to a Collier who can up the
Oh yeah.
pace, who got the speed,
And I
who
think
got
he
the
can. I think
athleticism.
Kyrie can guard some threes too. I think he can guard 1, 2, and 3 at the point guard position. That's big. So you can't switch him on Luca and Luca just cook him. You know what I mean? You can't switch him on. I ain't gonna say Kawhi or Bron and them,
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
I ain't
yeah,
going too far.
that's way yeah.
Yeah, now yeah, now
Braun, that's baby food for Braun.
question.
Cause he's strong, but Brian, you know what I mean, be drinking them smoothies. So
Question for you, Big Priest. I know you'd be looking at the draft, you'd be watching college, but the player that I would, if the Nets don't get a point guard, and I know they've been looking at centers, I mean power forward. What do you think about Dayron Holmes, the second? What's your outlook on him?
Ooh, that's a good pickup too.
I like Holmes. I think as a four in the NBA, I think the dude run the floor good. I like him coming in and being able to help, kind of like Clowney did.
Right.
Um,
Uh-uh.
so if they're looking at going that route, and it all depend on too, and I think how they attack the draft is really going to depend on whether Claxton signed the deal. Because if
Right.
Clax don't sign the deal, they might go after one of them centers that LM was talking about. Um,
Yeah, Tyler Smith. I like
yeah,
Khalil
Tyler Smith.
Ware
I like
out
Ware
of
too.
Indiana.
I like
Yeah,
Ware too.
he looked like to me like he looked like a Clax just with a jump shot. Like
And that should
I
make
think
everybody
he
happy because everybody just talking about the fact that Clax supposedly can't shoot.
So
right.
to me, his offense reminds me of AD, and I could be
Yeah,
tripping, but that's what he reminds me of. Anthony Davis, offensive. You know what I mean?
Right. And he's insanely athletic. Like the dude can jump out the gym. Like I don't think if we're here, I think if depending on where Clax goes, you can get a wear here and everybody will still be satisfied.
did we go a
I
whole
don't
2.5 minutes without talking about the Zach attack? Oh man,
Go ahead, chill, chill, not chill. But
Yo, it's because Leaf not here.
right, that's what he.
that's the cooling that's the cooling part. Leaf gonna pop out
Hey,
out of nowhere.
because
The only
yeah,
one
because
who care about big
Leaf
fat
would
Zach.
pop up like Batman, like I am justice.
what no,
Word.
because I seen it the way I looked at it. Right, if they was to draft Dayron Holmes and you got Clowney and
Hmm.
Dayron as your fours, right, you can
Hmm.
always switch Dayron to the five if you want to spread the floor, go five out.
And go
You can
small. Yeah.
yeah, and run it like that, and both of them can still block shots. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be to Claxton's level, but they can both hold it down and you spread the floor more. So you know what I mean? So I was looking like if you built the roster that way, if you kept Claxton and Dayron, and you added the other Dayron and Clowney, like your fours and fives, you decent. You know what I mean? Especially at the four.
And I thought everybody was big on Clowney because when I said Clowney, jokers jumped down my throat like I was, you know what I mean? Like I said something wrong. And I said
I
I
think
think Clowney
Clowney
can
is
start.
yeah, I think Clowney is a capable if anything, the way he guarded Dame, the way he that block he got on Halliburton, I mean, he looked like he gonna be a better version of Clax. I, if anything, I think he might
Because of
be,
the way
and he
he
looked like
can,
he could put on more weight.
because of the way
Like
he
he got the
can shoot out to that corner and knock down that three ball from there. I think he fits that four mode perfectly. I don't know about him handling the ball, but I'm pretty
right.
sure if somebody, um, do a hard contest when he in the corner, he can take a couple dribbles and get to the rim. That's
Yeah,
not too hard.
that
Brockwork, we not getting K Cunningham, bro. As much as I would like K here, that's not gonna be that's
Maybe
not
we
a
should have
that's
waited
gonna
on a
be
coach and brought Monty Williams in here. Monty love Mikhail. He know how to use them boys.
he do know how to use them. That's why he wanted Cam Johnson while he was
He
over
didn't
there.
want to trade them.
Right,
right.
he did.
That's crazy because I think Monty here
Oh,
could have
absolutely.
did some
Yeah,
The
decent
people
I
things.
say what
wouldn't
they
do
want
that.
about Monty. Monty is a great coach to me.
But yeah,
He's
but
much
I
better than
just think
Coach
he got
Bud.
put in a bad situation.
Yeah, he ain't had no pieces over there.
Word.
Yo, listen to the Detroit fans. They need some of everything. They want Durant gone. They need shooters. Kate is the
If
only
they
piece
want
they got.
Durant going, I'll take him if we don't get Clax.
Yeah, they want him gone.
I'll take him. Yeah,
They
I'll take Durant.
they said that
I
he
would
doesn't play
gladly.
good with Cade, so that's why whenever Cade is playing, he plays down. He doesn't play up. But when like almost like they don't work together. That's basically what the fans are saying. Him and Cade don't work together.
I would gladly take Durant. A 6'11", 6'10", dude is built like a tank.
That's why I say
Like,
everybody don't know what they talking about when they talking about basketball. Some people, the
what
fans is dumb sometimes.
Durant would be an excellent piece to this team. And he damn near around I think he was 20. He's somebody that you can put as part of the young core. But if Detroit think Clack's better than Durant, cool. Send him over here. I would gladly take a Durant at this point.
So that's what they
Send
said.
him over.
What's their backup name? Wiseman. They
Wiseman, yeah,
they wanted fans when I looked on Twitter, fans wanted Wiseman to start over Durant because he fits better with Cade. That
right,
was some wild shit. I was like, God damn, what the fuck? But that's what they were
yeah,
saying. Like he plays much better with Cade. He scores better when Cade is on the floor, and Durant doesn't do the same. And when Cade is off the floor, he doesn't always play up to his potential anyway. So they're like, why are we paying him that type of money? The same thing they're saying about Clax now. Like they saying the same thing over there about him. Like it's just not working.
right. I think we should if anything, if Clax was gonna resign to me, I think they would have already they would have did that immediately and got that out the way. The fact that they ain't closed that deal yet with him to me speaks volumes. Because I think he might be willing to uh try anywhere else and see, you know what I'm saying, if he get a better option somewhere else.
They just trying to work out some detail. Clack's agent trying to see if they could get somebody else to overpay.
mm,
And Clack said his highest priority is being on a playoff team. So he's not going to Detroit.
Facts.
It'd be crazy. It would be crazy if that nigga went to Detroit and them niggas made the playoffs. That would be some funny shit. But
The biggest people to watch out for would be somebody like you said, the Pelicans already.
I think Memphis got interest in them
Memphis,
too.
right? I was gonna say them, or maybe even OKC, because I heard OKC wanted them.
OKC
Yeah,
could
right
be
now it's just those two teams that I've seen that you just mentioned, Pelicans and Grizzlies. They're the ones that was mentioned as recent.
I think Claxton should be on a playoff team. I don't think. No, I would love Claxton here. Don't get it twisted, but I think he might be able to help out a playoff team or a team that's already in contention that could use to look at that.
On the team.
Man, hopefully none of them other teams want to offer him $20 million. They might only want to offer him 18 or 15 or some shit like that. Like,
right.
But I think his agent is probably just looking to see what's the best deal for him, and then what he want to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
They said the Nets said that re-signing Clax was a top priority. So if they didn't get it done yet, it's because Clax is still weighing his options.
Right. I think that's true.
No, I think it's still early. Because nobody has announced no extensions yet. So
I think Clax is smart for playing hardball with Brooklyn. Again, he already got 2 contracts with us. So you feel what I mean? He definitely trying to get the most he could get. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's not on Brooklyn, it's more on Clax. He the one with all the say in the matter.
True. He might be looking to see his horizon.
We'll see. But I wanted to say shout out to all y'all, man. And again, man, as a moderator, I always want to keep it respectful. I don't agree with all of the stuff that y'all say all the time, but being able to hear it so I can actually get a full rebuttal in and show you how many different ways I disagree with you, that's the best part. You know, so let's just hear each other talk. Shout out to Wally. I got 100% men until Wally come back as an audience. I at least wanted to be 1% women. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gat. You know I respect you and I like your content. But we trying to make this women friendly. You know what I'm saying? We trying to. You know what I mean? Not to say you don't do that, but again, you know, I see Wally apologize. You know, you still felt the way. Respectfully, again, like I said, I enjoy your content, but you know, at the end of the day, we gonna keep it going. But you more than welcome as a Wally. They asking for you in the chat. But yeah, man, that's the long and short of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be back later tonight. I'm actually waiting for some breaking news, and damn, man, they got me on the edge of my seat. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happened yet.
When is the draft?
But huh?
When is the draft?
The 29th. The 29th. So we ain't gonna really see nothing for sure until next week.
I think that's when a lot of the moves gonna start on draft night.
That's fair to say. That's fair to say. But yeah, I'm gonna
be speculating up until then.
Nah, absolutely. But again, it's all love and respect to every fan. But Nets fans are the best fans. I'm gonna give it y'all later, y'all. Love and respect.
All right, peace.
All right.